Good afternoon, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing this evening, should I say? Hope everybody's doing great. How you doing, Cousin Jesse?
I'm doing well. Greetings and salutations to all the members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters.
For those who follow Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on YouTube, Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook, which is my group, and my TikTok short reels under APCS895, I believe. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm gonna share this through my phone to the groups. So, what do you think about last night, love, cousin?
It was a good live. Hello, Madeline. How you doing?
How you
Welcome.
doing, Sister Madeline?
It was a good live, man. I enjoyed the topic, and people were really getting into it and asking questions. Hi, Navia's Angel. How you doing?
How you doing,
Hi,
Sister
Prima. How you
Madeline?
doing, Prima?
Oh,
Prima
she's here
B.
for the live. All right,
Yeah,
she's awake.
she's all into the brujeria talk.
Yeah, I'm just sending the sharing it to the groups that I'm affiliated with real quick.
Hey, Prima, like the hat?
Okay. I think I'm just gonna share it on my regular feed also, real quick.
How you doing this afternoon, Prima Beatriz?
Or evening. Should I say morning? Then we're going. We said
Morning.
afternoon, evening, and it's really morning. It's 12,
We
10.
are in 10 minutes into the witching hour, Prima.
There we go. How's everybody doing this afternoon? For those that were here last night, we had a unexpected visitor last night, which I don't even know no more. Who this individual was? Whether it was a certain individual or not. I'm not focused on that. Uh, I can't sleep. I'm doing good. Uh, I don't even know what to think no more. But when people come in here and try to troll, but as you see, we haven't been doing too many videos on regular YouTube. We're using StreamYard because I guess we got targeted over there, and people were just coming at us left and right, trolling us.
Thank you,
So
Prima.
we lost. I couldn't add a guest. I couldn't have cousin Jesse. I mean, I can do a live by myself, but I enjoy having cousin Jesse and doing the lives with him because he can share his wisdom and knowledge also. So we're going off of StreamYard for right now. We had somebody yesterday come in here saying that we froze his account and all this, blah blah blah. Uh, I'm thinking it was just somebody infiltrating because I was looking to see if this individual still does lives, and it looks like he's still doing lives in his group. So I don't know what's going on. All I know is we don't got time for the drama or for the games. So we're just gonna continue. The show must go on, regardless of who's with us or against us.
Hi, Ona. Welcome,
How you doing,
welcome, Miss Delgado. Welcome to the show.
how you doing, Liz? So we've been doing going off of StreamYard, like I said. I mean, I have no strikes or anything happening on my YouTube channel. It just I can't add a guest for some reason. But it's just the show. I mean, I can go by myself, but I like having cousin Jesse on with me. It's kind of like we're two tall fellas here, and sometimes I can remind him of something when he's saying something, and he reminds me of something that I forgotten because we are getting older. So
Uh, don't
we
say that in front
accommodate
of
one
Beatriz.
another in that way.
Don't say we're getting older in front of your sister, man, because she's a young chicken todavía.
She's right behind us. She's right behind us. um, but anyways, I know the conversations were pretty intense last night. For whoever missed last night's show, you're more welcome to check it out. But this is part two from last night. We get deep in here, man, when we talk about the spiritual things, the things that happen. when you're in a spiritual battle or you're being targeted spiritually, that certain events happen. And that's what we're talking about last night. We went like 4 hours. So,
Five.
hopefully
We went
tonight,
5 hours.
5 hours. We went 5 hours
Welcome,
because
Pamela.
we kept on talking. Then Sister B popped in like at 4 in the morning, and we just kept on talking and talking. We're going to try to do 3 hours tonight, because Cousin Jesse has to go. He's going to church. So he's going to try to hang in there as the best that he can with us here.
I'm still awake from yesterday, people.
He hasn't
I
slept.
went to bed at 5. I was up by 7 because I had to clean my backyard. There was leaves everywhere. I thought I saw a T-Rex back there.
Tell me what you told me, cousin. You said you're raking leaves. And then you
Yeah.
said, okay, I got something to confess. I wasn't raking leaves. What were you doing?
I was using the leaf blower. Work smarter, not harder.
That's not considered raking leaves and you're using the blower, but it is, I guess, the smarter way to do it. Pile them up, and then I guess you were burning them in a can or something. What were you doing with the
Yeah,
leaves?
I put them in a burn pit. I have a hole in the back. I put them in a burn pit. I wait for the
How big?
firemen. I wait for the fire department up a block away from here to go to sleep so I can burn them. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna. I'm 56 years old, man. I am not literally gonna rake any leaves. I'll just blow them with the wind, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still up from yesterday, man. I've been running all day on just an hour and a half sleep.
Yeah, like I was telling the moderators and cousin Jesse, whoever's here, that from now on, if somebody's coming in here trying to troll or trying to get us to go off topic, we're just gonna boot them out. We don't got no time, If trolls were never my friends in the beginning, I'm not gonna give them attention. I'm just booting them out. I don't got time for games with anybody. So we just got to keep on going what we're doing here, and spiritual encrypted encounters. So where did we leave off last night? Does anybody remember? Beatrice, you remember? You're younger. You got a better memory than us. Where,
That's for
where
sure.
we left off last night? I know it was dealing with. Do you
We
remember?
were we were discussing witchcraft. Is
The
what we were
witchcraft.
discussing. Yeah,
The
that was what
witchcraft
we were
part.
discussing. Hey, Beatrice. Yoo-hoo.
There you go. YouTube.
Hi,
Dang,
Mayhem. How you
cuz.
doing?
He just said "ho." I thought you said, "What the hell?" You couldn't see the "yeah," you see the "ho."
Yeehaw. Riding a chocolate high.
How you doing, Mayhem?
Hey, real man. How you doing, man? Que pasquis, pato loco. Or how we did it in the old days. Que pasó, loco?
She says she's getting a snack.
It better be some form of pastry.
I think we left off where we was talking towards the end of where sometimes is these beings or demonic beings or this shadow spirits that they can manifest to take the form of us. That I remember when I was growing up, when people talk about imaginary friend, that I was playing with my sister in the back room. We're playing over there in the back room, and I'm out there in the back room where they're playing. And when I go to the front room, because our house is long, I see my sister coming out from the outside with my other sister. They were playing with dolls out there. So I went to the last room to see, because it was like, how could she be in two places? I went to the back room and she wasn't there. But there was something definitely infiltrating our household where it was mimicking people, taking their manifestations. I believe we were talking about how one evening my sister was pissed off with her husband because he had gone out, and she had seen the car coming into the driveway, with the lights on, and she could see him in there, and she was mad when she opened the door to go argue with him. There was nothing in the driveway.
Oh, wow.
So they can mimic abilities to mimic people and objects. If they can mimic a vehicle with the headlights, what's not to say that they have the ability to mimic, to make it look like a UFO? If they can mimic, the manifestations, they have those abilities that they can mimic somebody to see a vehicle with somebody in it with the headlights, so they can mimic flying objects also. I believe that 100%. That they can mimic when people think they're seeing an identified flying object, it's their demonic in nature, that they can mimic things in that nature. Yes, it's a very scary thought. I wish I could have my sister on so she could say what she experienced, but that happened to her in our hometown, where I used to live. There was a lot of activity there around the home. We're talking about certain things manifested, how for 2 days straight something came to torment us, where we were hearing all kinds of noises outside. My sister said something about a man in a wagon, and I remember the wagons we're talking about. It's not a station wagon. We talk about the wagon wheels from back in the day, from the cowboys and Indians, that you could hear one of those roll up with the horses, and you could hear the horses making the horse sounds, and you could hear a whip, where it's whipping the horses. And after that would happen, this is in the 70s. This is in the 70s. After that, you could start hearing all kinds of noises, lion sounds, elephant sounds, just different sounds of animals. And it'll be happening from like around, I would say 1 a.m. to like 4 a.m. It would just go crazy. I mean, you could hear all kinds of animals. So, we'd be in prayer all night, and not just the animal sounds. There was other sounds like banging sounds, like crashing sounds and sonic sounds, and just I never witnessed like no lights, but it was more of the I should say disembodied voices, the sounds of the animals that would freak me out. The man who hit natives, where they're chanting something, and they're making the native sounds and talking a different dialect. I remember when the following day after we prayed all night, because it felt like it was like a spiritual battle, where me and my brother went outside, and there was crap everywhere in our yard. It was 4 lots, and there was crap outside the gate and all inside the gate in the backyard. It was happened on a Friday. Me and my brother spent all day shoveling that crap, different sizes, right? And we had a pile in the back in a wheelbarrow all day. That's what we did, shovel all day. So we had a pile in the back. That day, I asked my grandmothers, like, hey, how did this happen? We had the gates closed and all this. They're like, I guess it must have gotten in. So she locked the gates, and she put something, made us put like pieces of wood underneath the fence, in which the fence was already connected to the ground in a sense of a way, in which we didn't need to put no wood underneath. So that night, which is this Saturday night, the same thing happened again. You can hear the wagon pull up, and you can hear the whip, and a man yelling, and you can hear the horses making a sound, and the same thing that happened the day before happened the following day. And
Wow.
we went to prayer, and it was like that all night. My mother was praying, and we were all like freaked out with the noises that was being made. Yeah, there was drums, like the sound of drums, Indians, and the chanting that they do, and like yelling like natives. When all this was happening. Following day, same thing. There was crap everywhere. We shoveled, and we had stacked it up on a big pile, right? shovel. We picked it up all day, and we had a big pile in the back in the alley, right? A big pile of crap. And what happened was this. We were talking about this yesterday. As we had finished putting the last manure on there, what we had shoveled up, me and my brother were tired. The whole pile of manure vanished, just disappeared. You know,
Wow.
when people talk about if they leave residue behind, yeah, they can leave residue behind. But if it's spiritual residue, what we picked up, it can disappear also because we seen a big pile of this crap that we shoveled up disappear right in their faces, just vanished.
That's weird right there, man.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about last night. For those who missed the show, uh, so we're continuing from that. You know where we left off yesterday. Because what you were saying something too that was interesting, but I know that we was already going to go towards the end. What were you saying, cousin? You were saying something when we're
No,
talking about events.
we were talking about Lilith and that she was the original Lechusa.
Yes, he was saying that Lilith, which was supposed to be Adam's first wife, didn't want to. She was created from the dirt like Adam, but she didn't want to be below Adam, and she chose to leave the Garden of Eve. And when she left the Garden of Eve, uh, God sent an angel to tell her to go back. He didn't want. She didn't listen to the angel, so then she changed form. And cousin Jesse said that the form that she changed to was a lechusa, which would be a
So
harpy.
that
He was
was
saying that
her.
she was the first harpy. That's
That
what
was
he's
her
saying.
beastly. That was her beastly manifestation. She turned into the harpy, and she was the Lucifer's wife. So she became the mother of all monsters. And the God sent angels to tell her that if she didn't come back, then they were going to kill 100 of her children a day. And so the longer she stayed away, the
So how
angels
many
would come
children
by.
was because she was in already in when she had all the children because she had turned into this monster, this
The
owl,
harpy. Yeah.
the harpy.
And to get back at man and God, she started killing and eating babies that were not baptized or that weren't being taken care of. And back in those old days, it says that a pregnant woman, they would give her a medallion with the shape of an owl, and she would wear it or put it on her baby to keep Lilith away from the child. But yeah, she was
So
the
they
very
would do
first
that so
Medusa.
as protection.
Yeah, to keep Lilith away from the pregnant lady or from the child that was wearing it.
So what was the where would they put the symbol? Just to let them know that they know about her, or
Well, I guess it would make her just leave, so she wouldn't come around. But that's what I heard that it was being done that way. Excuse me. But yeah, she was the very first Lechusa, and since she was born with Adam and left before the original sin, she was basically immortal. She's probably still around today,
amongst us,
especially because she became a demon. So she's still around.
demonic in nature.
Yes.
Yes, Liz de Gauss and Lilith is a two-timer witch. That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there was certain I think in hell there was 10 queens or 8 queens that were in hell, and one of the names of them, one of them, which is they all have they're all different. Like I guess they were like the brides of Lucifer. One of them was called Ama. That's what she was called. and they were like very wicked. I believe those are the ones that worship sometimes, but they're there because they're pure evil.
Well, Liz, she was more than a two-timer witch, Liz, because it was also said that she seduced Cain and had children with Cain as well.
Well, her children were from Cain, no?
No, there were
Because
some were Satan's children because she when she left the garden she got involved with Satan. But then
yeah,
further on down the line, when Cain was made to wander, she seduced Cain and had kids with Cain, and that's how Cain's bloodline came up on the word. The Canaanites were Cain's offspring.
so you had Lilith seduce Cain.
Hmm.
No, Lucifer seduced Lilith, or
Yeah, he
and
became her.
Lucifer as a serpent messed with Eve
Hmm.
to. Yeah, I guess their mission was to, uh, what do you call it? Corrupt the bloodline. There was a mission
Yes,
to corrupt the bloodline.
and then farther
And
on down the line,
when
she
we
seduced
talk about
Cain.
corruption of the bloodline, now in the present times, we have people trying to corrupt the bloodline through medicines, through shots. For example, like the COVID shot, where a lot of people died because the shot was created to mess up your genes, from your bloodline, the genes, and in which a lot of people died from that. That's a different way of corruption, besides of the old ways when the bloodline was corrupted through Lilith, or through Cain, through through the serpent, or which was Satan, Lucifer, through the Watchers, right? The Watchers, yeah, they corrupted the bloodline too, because they slept with women that became harpies and sirens. So they corrupted the bloodline too. Because they created the Nephilim. So then the Nephilim's bloodline, because the Nephilim, that was corrupted already. So when the Great Flood happened, it was to destroy the corruption of the bloodline, right?
Yes,
I mean, the Nephilim, but anything that's corrupted.
it was trying to wipe the slate clean. It was like a reset.
We get a question here. Onya Pedigo says, "Why would Lilith be scared of an owl? That was a false deity they sacrificed to Boham Grove."
She was the original owl, Ona. That was her beastly manifestation. When she left the Garden of Eden, she
She
turned
changed.
into a lechuza.
This went because she didn't listen to God when she left the Garden of Eve. She changed, transformed, changed form for not
Now,
following God.
I don't know why they would put owl amulets on pregnant women or children so that she would leave them alone. I don't understand how that happened, but that's just something I read when it was referring to Lilith.
Yeah, because that would make sense that she would be the original. I mean, she said she turned into a beast or beastly,
Hmm.
so maybe she was more than an owl. Like nobody knows really her true form. But it said that she turned into an owl, right? A lechusa.
Yes, the lechuza.
A s- and they're talking about a succubus here. Listegado, a succubus. I mean, succubus are, well, they attack in the sleep. Ona
You're very welcome,
Padigo
Ona.
says it's interesting. So the reason we're talking about Lilith is because witches, dark witches, right? When they sell their soul, they're already going against God. They're already chosen the path that they're chosen. So in a sensible way, They, when we talk about shapeshifters, skinwalkers, they have the ability to transform into, what do they transform into, cousin? The dark witches.
They transform into lechuzas, owls.
Lechuzas, owls. There's one thing that I remember of a dark witch having in her house, uh, and she would call them her sisters. And in her bathroom, she had pictures of mermaids, and on her wall, pictures of mermaids and things on the walls of mermaids, like little figurines, and she would call them her sisters. Gotta remember, when the Watcher slept with the woman, some became harpies and some became sirens. I got, since we're talking about sirens, you know how they can be affiliated this way. Uh, my grandfather, he had a boat. He had like a wooden boat, and he would go fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. Our grandmother had passed away. We never got to meet her grandmother because she passed away before we were even born. Um, okay, we get a question here. I wonder if the our amulets paid homage to Lilith. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, that
That's
if
what I was thinking also.
that they wore the bracelet, then they were paying homage to her, like, hey, we know you exist or whatever. Leave us alone or whatever. But in a sense of a way, it's still a form of belief.
An incubus, Liz, is the male form of a succubus. The succubus is for men and the incubus is for women.
They travel together, and they travel with a familiar. You know, they're 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 like energy vampires or energy demons, right? That they drain your energy. The succubus is sometimes called a sea witch. They attack when you
A
have night
lucid dream.
terrors. When you're asleep, you
Here's
have a
the
night
Pegona.
terrors, and when they attack, they keep you preoccupied in the dream, where you can't wake up out of the dream. So when your spirit is being preoccupied in the dream, that's when the succubus or incubus attacks. When you're asleep, in
And they
which
steal your life
when you
force.
wake up, sometimes you feel very weak. You might have marks on your body, like scratches of three, uh, hickey-like marks of threes. You might have bruises, fingerprints, uh, handprints, where something happened to you. You just don't know, and at times bite marks, because the succubus and incubus, they attack sexually in your dream. So you might have bite marks in your privates, in between your legs. The reason I know, because it happened to me, and that's not a good feeling. Getting how should I say,
Violated.
violated. Violated is a proper word. Violated out of your own, not out of your will. That you're being violated in that manner by something evil like that. You know, uh, I had to prepare myself to face. I pray to God to show me my enemy. Because I was getting tired of waking up with his bite marks, scratches, and all over my body. And I mean, you could see the bite marks like in between the groin area, and I just didn't know where it was coming from. So, when you have the night terrors that you can't move, well, I started training myself that to be able to move my fingers. So in the night, when I'm having the night terror, I'm seeing the room, I'm seeing my body, I'm seeing the succubus or the dark spirit that's there. I'll be able to move a finger. Then I will be able to train myself. For about every day I learned something. I went from moving a finger, two fingers, to moving my hand, and every time I move the finger or the two fingers or my hand, I will wake up. So as I kept on training, I could move my whole arm, and I will wake up. So I trained my spirit this way. So when I was able to move a body part, that means that I was going to wake up. So one evening, one night, the dreams that I was having were real sinful dreams, where there was nothing but wicked women, naked women, and it would be like a lot of women, like 10, 20 women,
There you
and
go. This
they're
sex
they're
dreams.
they're coming for me. I was like, the location was like New York, and they're all coming for me, and I've already been, I was already fighting spiritually, so I stayed away from them. I jumped over this fence, and they all jumped over the fence after me. So I was able to wake up because I denied the, how should I say, the attempt of them trying to seduce me. So when I denied that, I woke up. When I woke up, I was laying in bed, and the succubus had her mouth
Whoa.
open. She was draining my life source. So when I seen her with her mouth open, I said, I tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. Her eyes opened up real wide, and she just dispersed in little pieces. And I got up, I got on my knees, and I started praying because outside you could hear the incubus. He was chanting something, and the familiar chanting something. And I called upon the heavenly angels and got rid of them. After I got rid of the succubus, all the things that were happening to me stopped because I overcame the succubus. One thing, while I was going through all this, that I know now that can protect you, and I'll tell everybody this: black tourmaline keeps unclean spirit, evil spirits away from you. Black tourmaline, black obsidian, and I keep selenite. Selenite will bring your guardian angels and angels to assist you spiritually. As you know, selenite can store energy from the sun or the moon, but I keep this with me. But I was able to overcome them without this. Without this, I was able to overcome spiritually through Jesus Christ. And that was my experience of the encounter I had with the succubus. That she was targeting, she was doing a number on me for about 2 weeks. It was not a good thing. When you're being violated at night, when you're asleep, by something in that nature, and you wake up, yeah, it's very real, spiritual real.
And I'm still thankful that you took the two that were following me and that were bonded to me. I'm
I
thankful
helped
you
out my
did.
cousin with that because he was saying, go ahead and tell him what happened, cousin.
Hi, Prima
Jump in
Ivy,
with
how
me.
you doing?
How you doing,
Uh,
sister?
I got in contact with Abe because I had joined his other page of positive spiritualists, and we were talking, and I asked him, Primo, what do you see on me? And he told me, I can see two on you. I go, I know they attack me every night. Every night I'm always tired because I wake up with no energy. He goes, well, just sit there and let me pray for you. And when they leave, they're gonna come to me. Then they're gonna go to you. So don't accept them back. And he prayed for me, and sure enough, they departed, and I haven't accepted them back.
He was being attacked by them at nighttime.
Every night. Then I think I remember when I got bonded with them, man. I was think about 15 years old, because that's when all the sensations of people sitting on the bed,
Yeah,
and then I started having those dreams, those erotic dreams.
yeah. That's when they attack. When you're asleep, when you're vulnerable, when you're in the sleep state, whether you're having night terrors, sleep paralysis,
When your mind is
sleepwalking.
when your mind when you're not in full control of your mind, that's when they attack.
That's when they attack. And if you got spiritual openings too,
And I had many spiritual openings because I was mad at the world.
It'll attract them, and they like draining the life source out of people. Their
Hmm.
spirit. Try to drain
They,
your spirit.
they eat your life source. It's the blue
Yeah.
light.
How you doing, Benny?
How you doing,
Brother,
Benny? Come to see the show? Come to see the show.
it's not same as sex dreams. That's what he said.
No,
It's not the same. It's the same.
it's the same, man. There's no
You just
difference.
don't
It's
know
the
where the
same.
dreams are coming from. So you
If
figure
you
out
had,
where they're coming from. The dreams that you have is just to entertain you. But
while
if
they
you were to
eat you,
wake up from your dream that you're having, you'll be able to see in your case, since you're a female, the
an
incubus.
incubus.
Sometimes they'll be right beside you or in the distance when you're waking up out of that dream. They'll be
Right there
beside
for your
right
mind.
beside you, laying down right beside you. That's what they're called attachments because they're attached to you. They're feeding off your spirit, off your energy. That's what they do. When you talk about those kind of spirits, when you hear of people out there selling their bodies and stuff like that, they have the succubus, incubus attachments on them. That's what's controlling them, making them live in sin. They're not just feeding off of the persons that are selling their body. They're feeding off of every person they have contact with, and they can attach themselves to those individuals.
It's a full on buffet.
It's a buffet. It's kind of like you don't know what a person has, what kind of attachments they have on them. So if you're a person that's single and you're just having, relations with people and you have many relations, well, each of those persons that they're probably doing the same thing you're doing. There's a lot of succubus and incubus is involved in all that. A lot of negative attachments that could be upon you for a very long time.
Wow, it started hurting between my eyes, man.
You're
Hmm.
tired, cousin?
No, no, it's just all of a sudden I got a pain between my eyes.
See, listen, Douglas, I'm first to say I am not Mother Teresa.
Oh, Liz.
Just say 10 Hail Marys, like the priest said.
Calm down, Father Abe. 10 Hail Marys and five are Heavenly
So
Fathers.
the priest or the Catholic priest would say, like, says, like, yeah, this, what's bothering your son? Well, I see this little shadow spirits, and they always follow me around my house, and like, just say three Our Fathers, you'll be good. Like,
Three
what
Our
the hell?
Fathers and
How's
seven
three Our Fathers?
Hail Marys.
Three Our Fathers gonna help me from the little spirit that I'll be chasing around the house, But it does help, honestly, if you say one Our
Oh,
Father because you're calling upon Jesus Christ to
oh,
come in.
Liz, you're naughty. Oh, my knee popped. I'm falling apart, primo. They call me Snap Crackle Pop. Me levanto, everything snaps and cracks and pops. See, she's admitting she's naughty. Look, she's got 5 check marks.
5 check marks.
She's not getting nothing for Christmas because
Man,
she's
we
on
do
the
the sign
naughty
of the
list.
cross, man. We don't need no succubus incubus spirits roaming around here tonight.
Yes, Jennifer. Yes. You're very welcome, Liz. Anything to help. I'm pretty damn naughty myself, but I'm trying to reform.
Ona Pedigo said, Liz, I don't know anyone that is. Thank God we are cleansed, redeemed, and purchased by the blood of Jesus Christ. That's
Amen.
right, sister. Amen. Especially in this world right now, it's you could listen to something on TV and that's a spiritual opening. You can listen to music, that's a spiritual opening. It says you have to have maintain your love foundation. I mean, I don't know how old everybody is here in the lobby, but when you get as old as cousin Jesse and me, you tend to look at different. You know, we've already been through obstacles and trials in life. We know, and we're trying to be a certain way. You know, but there is temptations here in this world that can make you go astray. But sooner or later, you're going to get tired of the roller coaster ride, right?
Yes, Beatrice, you're 25 years old. I agree. Piquete de ojos, primo, cuídate.
She says she's 20.
You're naughty too, Jennifer.
Jennifer McAllister and me.
What's up, Texas Learning?
Yeah, how you doing, Texas? Learn me. So let's get back to the topic here. You know, I might have to pray for everybody here right now, since everybody's saying they're naughty. Get rid of these unclean spirits that people have in here.
No. Jennifer says she's not naughty. She's old. You're 35, Al Gore? Really?
She said these women never get old.
Lies. Son mentiras. Get behind me, Beatrice.
Jennifer McAllister is 59.
You're 3 years older than me, Jennifer. You're 60, Liz? Wow.
Sister Liz is 60. So I guess we're pollitos compared to them.
Yeah, well, I'm not that far from them, man. I'm 56, so.
I'm 55, stay alive.
Beatrice is 15. Todavía está chavalona, está pollita.
Real may say it's 43. Texas Lermy said, feeling kind of green here now. He's only 31.
Real MMA is 43.
I think what's his name? Runner is like up there in age 50 something too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he's at tonight.
Beatrice, if you're 15, you need to go to bed. It's past your curfew. Tomorrow's the school night. Oh no, tomorrow's Sunday.
Well,
you're 53, prima.
I'm gonna tell you how this succubus looked like when I opened my eyes, when I came out of my sleep, after they were trying to keep me prisoner by all this naked woman in my dream. They were trying to tempt me, and that's too strong. When I opened my eyes, she was hovering over me. Her mouth was open, where she was draining the life source out of me, and she had white hair, but you could see through her. So she was like in spirit form. And when I seen her, is when I saw tie binding rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, and she just dispersed in pieces. Her eyes opened real wide, her mouth opened real wide, and she just exploded. Wow.
You gave her indigestion.
She was attacking me, so I had it was the power of Jesus Christ that made her explode.
Well, it's just that we have very good genes, Al Gore.
When she went dispersed in pieces, it seemed like there was orbs flying everywhere. I believe that she drained spirits, that she had spirits within her, but all the spirits, when she exploded, they went different directions. You could see the orbs coming out of her, and I believe I saved myself and saved the spirits that the succubus had already drained, or kill people, that I freed her from her. It's kind of like she had collected those souls in that manner. But there was a lot of orbs that came out of her when I did that, when I rebuked her in Jesus Christ's name. Then when I got up, I heard seemed like a succubus sounded like a man chanting outside my window, and this when I got on my knees and I started praying against them, and I called upon the heavenly angels, and everything that was happening stopped. But that was the last time that I had the encounter of her because I defeated her spiritually.
Hey, cousin. Al
Yeah.
Gore wants to know how you say succubus in Spanish.
Oh, succubus in Spain. Shoot, I don't know the proper word for it.
You know
Up,
that, man?
I'm trying to think. Maybe Al Gore knows, or maybe Sister Madeline knows if she's here. Succubus. Man, that's a good one.
Oh wow, Liz. He was on top of you, holding you down. That's really taking
The
taking sure that you don't move. He was really violating you.
Al Gore said he got attacked by incubus too. Yeah, they can attack in numbers.
That I thought an incubus attacked females. Why wouldn't
No,
he
Al
attack
Gore
you?
said he got attacked by incubus
He got
also.
attacked by an incubus.
Well, they travel together. It's normally a succubus, incubus, and a familiar. So there's three. They travel in threes. Get it?
Ivy and Madeline say you say Sokubo.
Sukubo. And so a female will be Sukuba. Succubus, Sukubo, Sukuba. Texas Alarmy said, I had something sitting on my chest every night for months. It felt
Welcome,
close
Morgan. Welcome to the show.
as a skinny woman.
3 days and counting, Morgan.
How you doing, Morgan? So, what did you witness, cousin? When did you ever witness this succubus incubus, how they looked?
No, cousin, but I trained myself different from you. When I was having those lucid dreams, and I was not able to move because of the night terror dreams. Also, I trained myself like I sleep on the edge of the bed. I trained myself to fall off the bed to wake up to make sure that I would wake up and not go into another dream. Because sometimes they trick you by thinking you wake up, but you're still in a dream.
Yeah,
So falling off the bed would help me wake up. Hello, Annette.
it's like you wake up and you think you're up, but you're not, and then you wake up again, you think you're up, but you're not.
No, so
It's,
falling off the bed would wake me up for sure.
yes. Thank you all for tuning in tonight, brothers and sisters.
We'll be waiting now.
Liz DeGo said he didn't get lucky, though. I mean, he weighed heavily weight on me.
He didn't get lucky.
He was heavy.
Wow, so you got a fat incubus.
Uh, Mayheim said, in the middle of the night, I thought that I saw a werewolf, and he was my wife. What the hell?
Ooh.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Oh, that's funny. She said he didn't get lucky. Liz, you're something else. She didn't like him because he was fat. It would have been a skinny succubus. It would have been all right.
He was pretending she was a werewolf. He was being like Mr. Roper. Remember the Three's Company, Mr. Roper with his wife? Then he
Yeah,
was asleep. So he pretended he was in a dream that she was a werewolf just to go to sleep. She's saying that he has no body. Yeah, well, they're in spirit.
hmm They phase while they're feeding. They
So
phase.
she was getting attacked by a fat succubus or fat incubus.
So Liz, You're a chubby chaser. Oh, that's funny. She rejected him because he was fat. Cause that's bad. I don't want to show you my belly because then you would reject me too. What happened? Did you see that? Because we both disappeared and came back.
We what?
We both disappeared from the screen and came back.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it just happened.
Uh, maybe I don't know the connection.
Uh,
Ah,
don't know what happened.
that's what we're talking. You were making fun of the chubby incubus. You got mad.
Well, I think Liz got mad
There's
because
a
I said she
yeah,
don't like.
well, okay.
She's,
Let's type bind and rebuke it. Yeah, he made fun of you, chubby incubus. We type bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. You, the
amen.
succubus, is familiar that causing chaos and havoc. We tie bind and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. And
Amen.
flee, leave away. You're not welcome here.
No, we Texas. We both blinked for like a second and both came back at the same time.
Texas language said maybe the chubby is after you now, Jesse.
Uh, hey man, Texas. I'm gonna do like that bum in that vampire joke when Dracula was out looking for blood. He saw a bum in the alley and he came down. He saw the bum and he told the bum, "I'm gonna suck your blood." And the blood told him, the bum told him, "The only thing you're sucking here is this." And Dracula looked around and said, "Well, hurry up before the sun comes out." Y dijo en español, primo, pues apúrale antes de que salga el sol. I got Liz laughing. I got
Yeah,
Al
they
laughing.
because they like to infiltrate. They look like dark shadow spirits. That's what they look like in the dream state. If you can't move, try to look to your right or try to look to your left when you're in the sleep in your dream, and you're gonna be able to see it right beside you, looking at you because it's attached to you. You know, if you see one in the distance by the doorway, there's always one right beside you. So if you're able to see it right beside you, then you can say, "I tie binary rebuke in Jesus Christ." But you have to train yourself to be able to do that. To say, "I tie binary rebuke in Jesus Christ." You fight spiritually even in your dreams.
I'm sorry, Ona, but I'm not Catholic. I'm Christian, but hey, a joke's a joke. If you can't laugh at a joke, then you have deep spiritual problems because laughter is food for the soul. Everybody else laughed. I thought it was hilarious.
She's got a smiley face on there too.
I know, but I'm just saying. I don't go to the church to kiss any man's hand. You go to the Catholic church, you got to kiss the priest's hand. You never know what he's been doing with that hand. I was Baptist when I was a child. When I was from like 5 to 11, I was a Baptist. I'm not gonna lie about that. Hey Al, don't be stealing my joke, man.
Damn.
I know
Rapper
you were
walks
joking, Anna.
rapper walks in from the outside, grabs my cord and pulls my phone out the up over here and drops it on the ground. So
He's
I
letting you
smacked him a
know.
couple of times.
I don't know, man. I don't have a foot fetish, bro. If anybody's gonna kiss somebody's foot, he's gonna kiss my missing toe. I knew you were kidding, Ona. I knew you were kidding. I was just being the way I am.
Okay, let's get back to the topic of what we're talking about, y'all.
We were talking about the succubus that suck people's body force out.
So, what would the succubus and incubus be considered as?
They are demons.
Energy vampires?
Yeah, they're demonic energy vampires, man. Is what they are. Because while they're feasting on you, man, they're phasing in and out of the dimension while they're feeding. Well, Jennifer, I actually do have a missing toe. I've showed it before, and people basically threw up when they saw it. But
there we go. Trying to see which lighting is better here.
yeah, I remember you were here when I showed showed my missing toe for show and tell.
Neva's angel said they're demons.
Yeah, they're demons, demonic vampires.
Mayhem the Truth says, do escorts go under the category as well? What are you talking about? Escorts? Call girls?
Yeah, call girls if they're succubus. Well,
man.
You know, I was gonna. This is a mixed group, so we really can't tell you our opinion on that, man. We gotta respect the ladies that are in here.
Yeah. Well, you know, when we talk about that kind of stuff, there's guys that do the same thing. Texas Alarm said only if you pay extra.
If you gotta pay, then there's something wrong, man.
Ana Pedigo says denomination is a man-made construct. I believe there'll be a Baptist, Methodist, Catholics, etc. in heaven. Just Jesus is the way, the truth, and life. No one comes to the Father except through Him.
And amen on that, Una.
And Sister Malice says, I mean, an escort should be a good disguise for a succubus.
Yeah, that would be a great disguise for a succubus.
They hang around bars, bus stations, gas stations,
truck stops.
Truck stops.
They're the original lot lizard.
You want to throw somebody in the mix like a succubus or incubus? You can throw the deer woman in there in that category, because the deer woman, she goes. You can throw with the succubus, incubus, and like Lilith, right? But it's dealing with a dark magic or with witchcraft and necromancy, because the deer woman goes after unfaithful men. She goes after guys that have spiritual openings that are living in sin, and she goes after them with her beauty. They don't pay attention to her feet because they're too focused on her beauty, and that's how she gets them. It's
on the corner of Fifth and Whittier, real MMA.
The deer woman. The Popeye says, "Give me some chichon. I'm going to put Jesse in high heels."
Yeah, there's going to be a problem with that, brother, because if you put me in high heels, I'm going to put you in some high heel combat boots, brother. You're going to be real boots on the ground. I'm going to put you in camel so you disappear in the woods.
I don't think you should be talking, man. We seen the movie, man. Those chachones you were wearing, those red chachones didn't look good on you, bro. I'm being honest, man. There's a lot of memes of your chachones, you know.
I'm serious, man. I'll make you some high heel combat boots, brother.
I'm just trying to figure out why were the color red there, Popeye? Was you like a field goal? The color red, get it?
I'm the wrong one, Popeye. If you got jokes, I got jokes for day, my brother.
He's mad right now. He's gonna go mess with Miklo.
Yeah, now he's gonna go make himself a camouflage miniskirt to go with those combat boots. Yeah, yeah.
He's grabbing his own self. Hey, Cinderella, find yourself a fella. You're on the block.
You're on the clock, and midnight is coming.
He's grabbing himself right now. He's got the succubus and incubus attached to him, and he's grabbing himself. I'm gonna get some chachon now.
And then he grabs himself.
Hey, there you go, Popeye. Being in the jail, man, you can get a lot of negative attachments over there. What kind of negative attachment would there be there in the men's prison? Would it be just pure incubus, or is it
Yeah,
succubus?
that's a good question, man. That's a damn good question. But I would think there would be both. And if it is a succubus, it's probably a guy dressed with his overall under his butt, saying, "Come see me sometime, big boy."
Popeye, like this messed up. I'm gonna go eat my spinach now.
¿Por dónde te fuiste, papá? ¿Qué pasó, loco?
I'm eating the spinach now. You
Hablando de locos, ¿qué
gotta get
pasó,
that energy.
Smurfy?
Instead of vitamin K that the spinach has, he goes for vitamin D.
You crazy, Smurfy. You see what Smurfy said, Primo? He said if anybody tried to put him in high heels, he'd make them use his dirty thong as dental floss. Champurrao, anyone?
Somebody said that's my cornbread. What happened, Popeye? You always say, what happened? No te
No
agüites.
corras, vato. No corras. La onda no corre.
La onda no corre.
La onda no corre, pero ¿qué onda la tienes? Oh, you brought this on yourself.
Hey, Popeye was just a movie, yes, sir. Nellis is more than a movie now. What happened, man? Are you shy now?
Oh, you took him out, Madeline. Madeline took him out, man. She paroled him for good behavior.
Wasn't shy last night, Popeye. You don't remember? Say. I think somebody's gonna be Popeye in how many days?
3.
3 days. Somebody's gonna be
Hey,
somebody's
man.
Popeye.
Hey, man, Madeline lo mandó con la chata. Levántate.
Oh shit.
3 days, Madeline says 3 days.
3 days and counting.
And they're gonna change his name to just Cobb, because he's gonna be getting plenty of corn.
The corn chomper. They're gonna call him Pac-Man.
Yeah, they're gonna call him Pac-Man because he's gonna be going ow 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 ow.
Corn beef ash. They're gonna call him corn. They're gonna be calling him corned beef.
No, man, they're not even gonna call him that no more, man. They're just gonna call him tossed salad. Hey, ¿y la ensalada dónde está?
Corn on the grill. He's gonna get cornified in over there. Damn.
What's today? Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday. By Wednesday? By Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday?
Sister Ona says, Lilith is the mother of all. What do you think the black-eyed kids are? People have been reporting black-eyed adults now. Yo hablo poquito español.
Black-eyed kids are ones that don't know how to fight. That's why their eyes are black. I'm just kidding.
What's wrong with cat? Oh, we got the Hamburglar now. I think that's the Chichon guy. Wait, hey, why you change your profile, Chichon? Yeah, get
No,
the
man, we don't
Hamburglar
we,
out.
we don't we don't bash him a lot, man. But he would come in and troll, and we just made him famous, man. But we don't bash him at all, man.
He bashes himself, man.
And we really thank you for supporting this channel. But yeah, but we don't bash anyone, man. If you come at us in a negative way, we're just gonna poke you like a bear, man, and just laugh.
The Hamburglar oyster. She's saying that's him. Corn
That's
the
the
cob.
hamburger.
Yeah, send Mandalo. Send him back to McDonald's, man. Cousin.
I can't. One of the mods are gonna have to send him. I have no way of sending him out.
I got him. I send him back to McDonald's.
Yeah, you need to go over there with the fry guys.
I send him away.
What's up, Monsoon? ¿Qué pasquis, vato loco?
You seen that the Chichon guy disappeared and the hamburger came in and I sent him away. I banned them. They come
They
here
tell
with their
me
fake profile, they're gonna get banned. We're not gonna
lo,
be
ma-
playing around with them.
lo mandaste allí con Mayor McCheese.
I send them back their nasty burgers from McDonald's, man.
Hey man, you know they say that the burgers from McDonald's, man, are made with human meat.
That's what I hear. That there's traces of human meat in the burgers from McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Oyster Mouth McGee.
Nada, aquí nomás, Monsoon. Nariz boleada, brother.
Monsoon. You.
Yeah. No, he's been in here before, but
Yeah,
he's just a
he showed himself who he is. That was AI guy
there was
with a
that
fake
guy from
account.
last night that was crying because his account got froze. Pobrecito here, the world's smallest violin.
Yeah, that was him. 3 more days.
Yeah, they're buying human meat, and it's from clones, and then they add this drug to the meat that makes it addictive. That's why everybody buys at McDonald's.
You know what I heard? What I seen on that in China they're getting sewer crap that it has a lot of bacteria in it, and that they're making meat out of sewer crap.
This medicine for the soul. This laughter is medicine for the soul.
They were showing I seen a video of a scientist over there. They're doing that. They're making meat out of sewer
Crap, lot of crap.
because it had all kinds of stuff in it. It's grass.
It says
It's
gross.
crazy.
It's gross. I don't buy anything from McDonald's. I don't. Besides, their damn ice cream thing is always broken. You never get a shake there.
Yeah. So we have to be careful, brothers and sisters, and watch out what we eat, because you might never know, man. You know, that's what brujas would do. Brujas, witches. I was talking about this yesterday, where I would be in line. I was in pre-K or kindergarten, or we're standing in line with our hands behind our back, waiting to, as people are going into the cafeteria. There's a big line, and it normally would go by your last name. So mine was the S. So I'll be like in the back of the line, and I will see a old lady over there like this by the fence, just looking, and then she'll come walk past all the kids, and go right in front of me, and she's offering me an apple or a candy, and I would never take it. The reason I wouldn't take it is because my mom would say that if not to take anything from a stranger, because most likely they're trying to do a maldas, a wrong to you. So she attempted numerous times. They know the time frames when kids go to lunch. So she tried numerous times, and I never took nothing from her because I already knew that she was trying to do something bad to me. Out of all the kids, there was like 40, 50 kids standing in front of me. She would just come and select me every single time. And I said, no, I don't want it. Okay, see. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy things happening that we have to be cautious. No, we're talking about how the things, we're talking about Lilith and the Watchers and Nephilim, uh, Lucifer as a serpent that messed with Eve and with Lilith, how they try to corrupt the DNA. Well, that's what they're trying to do, is corrupt or spirits in that form by eating things that is unclean. That's what
You know
they're
how
doing.
I laugh at people, man, that they're like, man, I love seafood, when they clearly don't read their Bibles, because if they read their Bibles, they would know that lobsters are unclean, uh, crabs are unclean, shrimp, anything that eats off the bottom of the ocean is considered unclean, man.
Unclean.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that you're not supposed to eat of that. It says in the Bible, anything that feeds off the bottom is unclean, and that will make you unclean when you eat it.
And that's what I like eating shrimp.
Man. Shrimp is not food, man. It's bait. It's what other food what other food eats. I don't like seafood anyway, man.
Let's see what let's see what a Monsoon Vision says. Like, you didn't see her pass all the other kids, and she didn't give them any candy. No, she just came straight to me. So I already knew when she came to me and she tried to give me an apple that it was unclean. But because when I was a kid, I was always getting targeted by people like that all throughout my childhood. They had bad intent. They're not going to
Like,
put the maldad on somebody that it's not meant for. They're taking the wrong or the spell to somebody that it's for. So they would always try to bring it to me, but I would never accept it. Whether it was an apple, a candy, a drink, they was always trying to offer me something. And these were complete strangers, people I didn't even know who they were.
so Liz, you're saying that Lilith was a hermaphrodite?
I don't know about that one. It says Ona Pedigo said yes, but that was the old law. Jesus said it was more important what comes out of our mouth than what goes in. Nevertheless, just saw it in YouTube. All gore about fake meat from the stem cells. What the f? Yeah, I heard a
Yeah,
scientist say he would rather eat out of the toilet than eat anything from the ocean.
yeah, man. Because of all the waste that we put back into the
Pollution.
ocean, man, and the all the medications that we eat that come out in our excrement, it winds up in the ocean, and the fish eat that, man. So you're eating drugs, man.
They're
I
saying
guess
I
it
think
tastes better
Lilith
the second time
is a
around.
bisexual thingy. I don't know about a
So I don't know,
bisexual
because
thingy. She manifested to look like an owl. Maybe it's the woke movement making you think she's a bisexual thingy.
she was created a woman. When God breathed the breath of life into her nostril, she was a woman. I'll be back, cousin.
Mhm. I'm just saying anything that's like a bisexual thing would be considered like abomination, like what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. There was a lot of things that were happening that were pure evil, and some of the things that were happening then are starting to happen now again. A lot of abominations. We see it all the time. What our government is letting back into society to say it's okay when we know it's wrong. That's why there's a lot of crazy things happening within the United States right now. She says, I'm guilty because of catfish. Yeah, catfish is from the bottom. Mercury. Catfish is pretty good. Well, I believe there's where there's a lot of things happening because that's here. That's what they are. Those abominations that got destroyed. I'm talking. They're being demonized. We're being demonized, and they went against God. They didn't believe in God, and that's what our society has right now is abominations, saying that it's okay for them to be that way when it's against the commandments. Trust me, those people have demons on them, succubus, incubus, you name it. Especially when you don't believe in God and you denounce them daily. Their Heavenly Father's not there, but what's there is everything else. That's right, Monsoon.
I missed quite a lot when I went to the bathroom, man.
I was talking about that there's a lot of abominations right now. When my son was going to high school, he would come confused from school because he would see all his gay movements, and they had rallies within the schools and all this stuff, and the schools were allowing them to do all this kind of thing. So my son was coming confused from school. He said, "Why these people act like freaks? Why do they act weird like this?" And it's that's not right. He said, "I feel that's not right, but I don't want to say nothing because then people are going to come after me. Trying to." I said, "It's what your spirit is telling you. It's the truth, son. It's not okay to be that way, but that's the school. The only thing I can tell you is do you follow your spirit. Don't follow
Yeah,
what everybody is doing. Follow your
with-
spirit, follow your heart, because the Heavenly Father guides you that way."
well,
So
cousin, you're speaking on this, man, and it brings back a bad memory, man, and I feel bad for doing it. But when I was a younger man, I was a real big asshole, man, and I used to terrorize the gay guy at our high school, man. You know him. He has the same first name as his last name.
mhm.
I used to terrorize Cruz, man, in the locker room. I couldn't stand that guy, man. He was gay, man, and looking at him and knowing he was gay, man, and then he wouldn't shower or nothing like that. That would just make me want to terrorize him even more, man. And I'm guilty of that, and I ask forgiveness for that, man. But when I was a younger man, I didn't like that around me.
There was a couple of people like that, man. Cruz, Oscar Cisneros, that was like that, and Roy,
The-
some guy named Roy.
Yeah, it's a white guy. There was a white guy at the high school that was like that too, man.
Well, he's not a Roy no more. He changed. He's a transvestite.
Wow.
He's not a guy no more. He's like a female now. Somebody say Oscar de la Hoya, de la Joto.
Oscar Garza también is He plays that man. He's been to
Oscar
prison
Garza.
like three. Yeah, he's been to prison like 3 times, man.
Who's that? Oscar Garza.
He lived across the street from where my baby mama lives, man.
Let's say
One
Leroy.
one of our cousins is the one that turned him out, man. One of the Chavez turned him out, man.
Oscar Garza. I don't know who that is, man.
He lives down the street on Tampico, on the same side as the Chavez, but like almost to the end of the block.
Not
Yeah,
showering is no, no.
yeah. We all had to shower after athletics. There was nobody that could skip the shower because it was mandatory by the high school that after you finished your PE or your athletics, you had to take a shower before you went to class.
And you had those guys, man. The where you
Yeah,
always saying smart remarks and stuff like that, throwing kisses at you or winking at you, and stuff like that. They were gay. I mean, the way they were act. I
you tell them,
mean,
"What are you
back
here for?"
then,
They say, "Good
you want to
times."
whoop their ass. Just want to whoop them. And you know what? They haven't changed. Some of them, they're still the same
Cruz,
way.
Cruz is still fruity pebbles, man.
She said Leroy Salazar. Yeah. Corner Cup will find out in 3 days. Whenever he's up there.
They're gonna say, "I want to be your best friend in the shower."
There's a lot of people like that, and then you had people that were in cults that were worshiping things that they were doing some crazy stuff too. They were having what I hear from a story that I heard from somebody that they were worshiping something and that they were having homosexual relations because they were part of a cult.
Yes, Jennifer. A gay man always has the most prettiest females around him because they feel safe. They know he ain't gonna try nothing. He's not looking for that. He's looking for the other. He ain't looking for cat. He's looking for.
Yeah, I remember when I added some of those individuals, because I don't, to me, we're all children of God, so I try to, invite put some of my friends list, and one of them was getting out of hand. I was like, hey man, I'm a married man. I'm not interested in anything. Just be respectful for me. If you can ever be respectful, then I'm going to delete you off my friends list. After that, he was cool with me,
He didn't
because,
ask you.
huh?
He
No,
didn't ask you the question that. No, he didn't ask you the question they all ask. Don't
was
knock
it?
it till you tried it.
No, 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 no. I just told him straight up, I said the only friend I'm friending you because you used to be my sister's friends back in the day. That's the only reason. Think of Cruz who hang around with my sister Lupita and
Hey man,
uh,
he hung around with all the pretty
Fatima,
chicks in school, man.
Leroy also will hang around with them. You know, I would always tell Leroy is like, hey man, stop looking at me like that. Why are you looking at me like that? So I was like, what the f is the matter with you? I was mean to that dude. I
To
mean,
who? You were mean to who? Leroy?
yeah.
Because I was mean to Cruz, man. I used to like really, really. I remember one time I kicked him in the face. We were standing in the shower, man. I kicked him in the face because he was staring.
Okay, Ona, you have a good evening, good night, sweet dreams. Uh,
Blessings to
pray
you,
for
Anna. May you have a good night.
no succubus, incubus to try to come. No, we tie bind and rebuke. Anything that we said here, so you can have a good night's sleep. We tie binary week in Jesus Christ's name.
Amen.
Said, do you think a gay man born is that way? No, I don't believe they were born that way.
It's always a choice. You always have a choice.
Of what I hear, so normally something happens to those individuals to be that way. But I know we're getting a little bit off a topic, but all this that we're talking about, those are spiritual openings, abominations. You seen what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? It got destroyed because there was nobody there was of God, and they were living in abomination and
They were living
sin.
in sin.
There was nobody worthy of being saved from there. That's what happened. What happened there?
That's why Lot was told to leave with his wife and not look back.
She looked back, and what happened to her?
She turned to Saul.
Let's talk a little bit about that. What angels came to warn them, and they came in the form of
They came in the form of I can't remember. I think it was
people, right?
people, a man, and they invited him to break bread, and he was found to be the only worthy one to not kill. So they warned him and told him to go. And while they were eating, the men of Sodom and Gomorrah came looking for the strangers that were in town because they wanted to have sex with them. That's how I remember it. What's up, Kyle?
They're doing Kyle. Yeah, so they warned him, and he the what was his name?
His name was Lot.
Yeah, he went to go tell his children that they needed to leave. I think they tried to beat him up or something. One of his children, they said they liked it there, right?
Yep.
They told him they tried to beat him. They were going to do something to him, so he left instead because they did it. He tried to get him out of there. He didn't want to listen to him. So they took the warning of the angels. They told him to leave because something was going to happen there. And when they left, that's when it happened. When it was happening, his wife turned back. She turned into like a pillar. What was it?
A pillar of salt.
Pillar of salt. The guy of the house offered his own daughters, however, they wanted the men instead.
Mm-hmm.
They even tried to have sex with the angels. That's what Monsoon is saying here. They wanted the angels disguised as men, sickles.
Hey,
So,
Bernard, how you doing?
so you would think, right, that these people there, since there were abominations, that they were demonized, possessed, the scum of the scum.
Mm-hmm.
I seen your screen blink like this twice.
Yeah, I poked the wrong button, man, and it almost kicked me out.
So when we talk about the town got destroyed, did they ever find the location of where Sodom and Gomorrah was? It's
Yeah,
gonna be the
they found it. They made a show about it, and the only reason they found it is because they found the sulfur that rained from the sky,
what?
and the sulfur that rained from the sky because he destroyed it with sulfur, and they cleaned up the sulfur, man, and it was still active. The sulfur was still active. It would still burn.
It was still burning.
Yeah, they would pick it up and clean it off, and it was still active, man. The sulfur was still active. When God destroys something, He destroys it for good.
So what was his location that this happened?
I forgot where they found it, but the only reason they found it is because of the sulfur. Because God rained down sulfur to destroy the Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what He destroyed it with.
Neville's angel suggests they found the place. They had pillars of salt. Is it the location where the people, or like there
Yeah,
was? I seen a location where there was people. There was still like pillars of salt.
yeah.
Like Carl Wyatt said, "Good brother."
Uh,
So the other night in the pasture field, after brother Abe let out uh, the
the
battle
battle
cry
cry
waiting
was.
for me, I could smell sulfur, but not sure if because I shit myself or not. What the? Oh my
It wouldn't
god!
smell like sulfur, man, unless you've been eating eggs.
He said when I whistled, man, that happened.
Yes, Bernard, I agree. There's just so much evil in the world nowadays, and they hide nothing. Everything's up in your face. They hide it in plain sight. If you choose to turn a blind eye to it, then that's on you. But they're not
Yeah,
lying or trying to hide nothing anymore.
that's why man. I'm gonna continue to have my faith and believe in Jesus Christ. Against my Lord and Savior. And I'm not gonna agree with anything that somebody's doing that's against the commandments or against the Heavenly Father. My alignment is with Jesus Christ.
I agree, Smurfy. It is a lot worse. And God has been wanting us and warning us to repent. But the United States is turning its blind eye, the blind eye to it. That's why they're saying that the United States now is the whore of Babylon that's in the scriptures.
The whore of Babylon is New York, because and they used to say that the sailors used to pass there. You could see the woman, which was Babylon, the statue of the woman. So New York has a statue of a woman.
Yeah, but they're saying that that statue, man, the Statue of Liberty is actual. It's an actual statue of Satan, of Lucifer.
Oh,
Because if you look at Lucifer, he'll have a crown with 7 points, and the Statue of Liberty has a crown with 7 points, and another statue of Lucifer, he's got a torch, and the Statue of Liberty has a torch with a crown of 7 thorns, man. So they're saying it's an
and who
actual
gave the
statue.
statue to the United States? Does anybody
The
remember
French,
their history?
the French.
Yeah, the French. What did they give them?
Have I don't know why they gave it to him. It was a gift for something. I don't know. It's for saving them from
From the war?
yeah, from the Germans. But yeah, they say the face of the Statue of Liberty is actually the face of Lucifer. And if you look at the face of the Statue of Liberty, it looks like Elvis. They're saying that Elvis was Lucifer.
Elvis Presley.
Yeah,
Lady Liberty is a man, I believe. That's somebody saying that.
yeah. It's a statue of the light bearer, which was Lucifer, the morning star. And not only was he the light bearer, man, but Lucifer was the angel of music.
Somebody said, but does resemble Lucifer.
Yeah, Al Gore said it does remember. No, Tex Laramie said it does remember Lucifer.
Freemasonic imagery.
Yes, yes, Nevia's angel. Anyway, we've gotten way off topic, cousin.
No, that's good. We're talking about this. Got to be talking for a reason. I believe everything that we talk about that comes out, it goes with the spirit, with the flow of things. It's important for all this to be
Al
spoken of.
Gore. Elvis married a 12-year-old, man. Come on, man. Priscilla Presley was the damn teenager when he was in his 20s and he married her.
She was a teenager.
Yeah, she was like 12 or 13 when he married her. Something like that.
Al Gore says Elvis was practicing magic until his death, but he was doing a lot of drugs too.
And he didn't share that fat bastard.
And Jesse back then, men wore wigs. That's what he's saying. He's talking
Powdered
about
wigs, but
like George
powdered wigs,
Washington with the wigs and
monsoon,
the stockings.
monsoon, they were powdered wigs, but they were powdered with cocaine. What the- it was America's cup of coffee.
Back then, there were wigs.
Yeah, they also wore perfume because they didn't shower.
Okay, here we go. Pamela Barone says it's helping people. I've been in deep prayer all day. Everything you say confirms what I've been through. Amen, Sister Pamela. Somebody says no. He met her when she was 14. He married her at 18. Still, not good.
Still robbing the cradle. He was in his 20s.
What up with the tall tower in DC? Looks like a X-Band hood on the top. Think the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah,
Jennifer
so
Lopez was a handsome man.
Lucifer was handsome. He was renowned for the most beautiful angel in heaven.
Jerry Lee Lewis married his 12-year-old cousin in England. Oh, wow. So, do you think, since we're talking about music, that there's a lot of witchcraft and necromancy in music, or demons that?
Did you know I was listening to a program and they said that you remember the Eagles Hotel California album?
Mhm.
They say that they took it to Lucifer and he made it a big hit, but it's covered with incantations in all the songs, man. It was one of my favorite albums. I don't listen to it anymore, man.
I believe there is. I remember something like that, where some of my cousins came from Colorado. They had this thing where, because my uncles were musicians, and they were telling them that we follow these things that is said here, that we could become famous. So it was about making a deal, following certain steps for the music. I remember when they came with that, talking to my uncle, and I think my uncle started dabbling in something after that, and he started getting spiritually attacked. I believe even the blues music. I think it's something dealing with a demon in the center of the crossroads or something like that. That you go in the middle of a crossroads, that you go and make a deal with the demon for fame and fortune. So my question is, I mean, we've seen it with the artists that we have nowadays, and which it shouldn't be. Is a simple question. It's a simple answer. Do you think that there's a lot of witchcraft and necromancy or deals with demons with the artist right now?
Yes, I do.
100%, right?
Hmm.
I mean, we see it. We see it in the videos. We see it in the halftime shows. Look at Britney Spears, how she acts. Have you seen the videos of Britney Spears now? When she's dancing around with her butcher knives and she's in underwear? She's spinning around all crazy with butcher knives in her underwear
Dude,
and bra.
the cover for Rihanna's album, the way she's posed, she's posed as when you look at the way she's posed, it looks like Baphomet, man.
That cool.
Baphomet.
What's that?
Baphomet is a demon that's half man, half goat. The pose they put her in, if you look at it right, man, it looks just like Baphomet.
Al Gore said Elton John supposedly said he never wrote a song that wasn't in the which language. Never think so. They don't hide it anymore. JC calls himself Hove for Jehovah. He's claiming he's a god. This is the guy who says yes, yes, yes. Steven Skiba says Britney was a Disney kid, definitely abused when was young. I remember when Selena Gomez came out in the halftime Super Bowl. You could literally tell that something had control of her body, where she looked like she was being demonized. A lot of singers. Look what happened to actresses. Amanda Bynes is probably an example of that. Look what happened to her. She lost it, man. She grew up with Nickelodeon, and she just went crazy. You look at her
A lot of
now, and she looks completely different. Another kid actor was the guy Corey Feldman. That's another example.
Yep. They say that, and this is just a story I heard, cousin. You remember that little girl from Poltergeist?
Yeah.
They say that there's a club of Hollywood elites that all wear red shoes, but those red shoes are made up of children, acting children. They say that that little girl from that movie Poltergeist wound up on some director's feet as red shoes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I heard that, man. That there's a club of Hollywood elite that wear red shoes made of human skin shoes. That's why the
Wasn't
shoes
there
are
a
red.
Red Shoe in Wizard of Oz?
I don't
The one
remember.
that Dorothy wore. That she wanted to go home.
Those were ruby slippers, man.
Yeah, but they were red, wasn't they?
I think believe so.
There you go. And that show, I remember. If you look, there's a part of the film where the witch is by near a house. You can see a midget commit suicide in the background. There was a midget that committed suicide. You could see him on top of a ladder when he hang himself on the movie set of
Hold
the
on,
Wizard of
cuz.
Oz.
There's a dude here says Pan Death and Trollomatic. Says that's the sword art, and then he comes back and says that's how you treat me. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Pan Death Troll Maniac.
That's right, I got him. Boom.
You banned Al Gore. You got the
Huh?
wrong one. You banned Al Gore. You got the wrong one.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
it says right
banned.
here. Al Gore was banned and their comments were removed.
I'm banned because
Yeah, you banned him. You banned Al Gore. You missed the troll maniac. Now somebody got
can you unban him?
Madeline brought him back. Madeline brought him back.
Sorry about that, Al. Damn. I swear I pushed on that guy, man, and I put the button when I looked at the guy and he said I ban all. I wasn't
Good job,
banning all.
Madeline.
Thank you, Sister Madeline. Dang it. We just
Sorry
talking
about that,
about
Al.
sorry about that, Al.
He has that itchy trigger finger, man.
Hey, and what was the other movie? The 3 minute, 2 minute lady, or where you could see a ghost behind the curtain. You ever seen
Yeah,
that one?
yeah. 3 men and a little lady.
Said Liz de us Sodom and sodomy and Gomorrah is for gonorrhea.
Yep.
It's about one of my stinking rabbits escaped. Gotta coerce her out of hiding spot.
Be
LOL.
careful, man. Don't let that rabbit knock you up.
It says you guys ruin everything I hear up with right now. Hey man, we just trying to enlighten you, brother. Damn. It said Abe, the aim was off. Poor bathroom floor. Yeah, I swear I pushed the name on that dude, man. But I think it's because this is moving fast.
How you doing, Vash? Okay, Beatrice, but come back.
Let me go. Let me go get me a water real quick, cuz. Continue
All
on.
right. Questions, comments. Are y'all enjoying the show so far? Yeah, I've done the same too, man. Not on this lab, but in another lab that I participate in. I've gotten the wrong person, huh? Never seen. I don't watch the Olympics. Monsoon. I don't watch the Olympics. Thank you, Nevaeh Angel. Thank you. We try. We try.
Got me a little
Okay,
drink.
now he's back. If y'all want to ask questions, because y'all weren't asking me no questions,
Oh,
but he's back if y'all want to ask questions.
I can ask questions.
I asked if they had any questions, and everybody's just saying it's a good show.
Yeah, we're just going with the flow of things. Whatever pops up, we talk about. Um, we see a lot of that in the politics right now too. Politics. Of a Baphomet. What was a Baphomet again?
It's a half man, half goat, half man. His body is of a goat, but he looks like a goat, but he walks on two legs. Cousin.
Well, that's the one that I told you that I seen in my grandma's house. Remember?
No, but this one's tall. He's not short, man. He's tall. He's really tall, man, and he's got some real long horns.
Mm.
Okay, man. So you want a story? Once upon a time, it was Snow White and the Seven Pimps. Oh man. Let me tell you a story, Monsoon. We were went to New Orleans to go do a ceremony of Palo Mayumbe, and we got there, and the guy that I was with, the palero I was with, he told me that for every ceremony I had to dress in all white, and I had to wear a bandana over my face so that the demons couldn't get in through my mouth. And we went to see this man that somebody cast a spell on him, and he was getting skinny while he was dying. So whatever spell they put on him was making him dry out. He looked like he was a stick. He was real skinny. He had no more muscle mass, just bones. His skin hung off his bones because he had no more muscle mass. So what they did was they bathed him with the turtle water, and then they ripped his clothes with a knife, with not a knife but a razor blade. They put the clothes in turtle water with Agua Florida, and they put the clothes there, and then they started cutting him, little cuts all over his body to break the spell. And then they offered up a goat. They offered off a pig, two roosters, and two. Were they doves or were they pigeons? I think there were two pigeons. And after about a week, he started gaining his weight back. So yeah, that was a weird ceremony that we went to, man. I couldn't believe that he broke the spell just like that. Yes, he was cursed, Navia.
Al Gore said, "What even is agua florida? Is it
It's
uranium oil, right?"
a water that you buy, and it'll say Agua Florida on there. But when you open it up, it smells like flowers. That's why it's called Agua Florida, because it smells like flowers.
Some Kyle said two turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
Well, it would have been good if they would have been kept alive, but they were sacrificed to for blood to appease the spirits. Yeah, that's what it was, Bernard. His girlfriend got mad at him because I don't know what he did, so she went and saw a bruja, and they cast a spell on him. All they needed for the spell was some hair, article of clothing that belonged to him, his name, and his birthday. They put all that under a candle and around a black candle in a dark room, and it was killing him. The candle was burning down, so was his life. And it's funny to me because I hear all these people that say that they don't believe in witchcraft, they don't believe in curses, and they don't believe in demons or evil. But when it's in the way of the spiritual war, they're the ones that become the first victims and casualties of that war because of their non-belief.
They're open to for the demons to attack them immediately.
Yes. So there, Monsoon. I hope you like that story.
I've se- I'm not gonna say the belief. I'm just gonna say they exist spiritually because when you say belief, you can give them power. So just know that there's a spiritual war. It's about the balance. There's a battle between good and evil. But what we should only believe in is Jesus Christ because he's the one that blessed us and guided us to be able to fight spiritually against this unseen enemy that has to identify themselves to us through spiritual law because we are children of the light, chosen ones, right? And if you this what do you think they deceive so many people? They just deceive people. We see it, just we were just talking about it. They're infiltrating through people, through the music industry, through Hollywood, politics. They're 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 camouflaging themselves like that. So when people start believing in the music that's being sung or the actors that are being acting, but they're affiliated through witchcraft and necromancy because they belong to a cult like the Illuminati or Freemasons or anything in the nature. Those there's certain people that believe in the Moloch and other things, right? And that's what they worship. So you're believing in them in a sense of way. You're believing what's driving them, what's who they made a deal with. That's why you have to be careful about the belief. That's why you're supposed to have your relationship with Jesus Christ because he's the one that's going to guide you. Is Jesus Christ.
Hey, guys. Who was the pagan god that they sacrificed babies to? Was it Moloch?
Moloch.
Well, you know that's where the Christmas tree originated. They used to put baby skulls on the pine trees,
Monster
and
Vision says,
that
what do you mean they have to identify themselves? Well, when you walk with the Love Foundation, you play Jesus Christ first, and you prepare yourself. Like me, when I go and investigate, through my investigations, they have to identify themselves. Like if they're trying to challenge you spiritually, right? They have to identify themselves to you, and some of them are do it directly. Most of the time, they do it indirectly. So when I go to investigate, it's like I capture all kinds of things, disembodied voices. There could be pig sounds. There could be when I hear a pig sound and there's no pigs around me. That's already letting me know what it is. It's saying it indirectly. When you hear pig sounds like that, that's letting me know. The only thing I know that went into a pig was what went into the herd of
the
pigs,
legion.
which is the legion. So it's identifying me to me indirectly when it's making a pig sound that it's the legion. And sometimes it'll say the names of those that people don't like speaking about. It'll say those names because they're identifying to me. Sometimes when I hear it, it's when I go back to my video and I debunk the video when I hear the names that are being said. So, but when I catch so much activity that my senses are getting triggered, I go into immediate prayer and I start fighting spiritually because that's already letting me know all the signs that happen to me that evil is around me. So I'll go into prayer. I tie binary rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. I still continue to go through the areas, even though I'm being followed. I continue to pray because I'm not going to run away because that would be a sign of fear. So I continue to do. There's times that cousin Jesse will tell me, "Cousin, you need to get out of there," and I'll be seeing him say that, what I tell you, cousin.
You say you can't run because it's just showing weakness. They'll
Yeah,
attack you
and
more if you run because you're in a
and then
spiritual
all of a
conflict.
sudden my feet would just disappear. I come back and I'm saying I type binary rebuke in Jesus Christ because I'm fighting spiritually because it surfaced up when the feet were cut off, and then Jesse will be there, and then it's like it will cut off again, and next thing you know, I'm walking out of there, and after fighting spiritually, yeah. But a love foundation is a beacon of light. Witches and warlocks, brujas and brujos, demons, or anything that's affiliated in that nature, they know what's within your heart. I was at a party one time. I get invited to go to a party, right? I was with my son. My son was like 3 years old at the time. And I'm there with my son, and my son is messing with some weights, and the weights dropped, and the bar hit him in the face. And I was just checking his face, and he was crying a little bit, but he was okay. And when I'm paying attention to my son, all these women are looking at me, and this is what they say. This is how the Holy Spirit works. They're all say this. They're saying, "Can't
Uh oh.
wait."
Uh oh.
Oh,
My phone's about to turn off, man. I gotta get my.
oh, okay. All right,
Gotta get my.
cousin.
I hope I make it in time, man.
He said his phone is fixing to shut off.
Oh, 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 oh.
So I'm just waiting for him to hook it up. See if he makes it in time.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh.
So all these women are looking at me, and this is what they say. This is what they say. These women that are there, and I got invited to this party. They all look at me, and they say, like this is what they say. Can't wait to taste the blood of the saint. That's what they say. When I heard them say that, they don't even know that what they said that, but the Holy Spirit, that's how it works. He lets people that are, or how should I say, that have unclean spirits or bad that do the witchcraft and necromancy to tell you exactly who they are. So that's what they said. Can't wait to taste the blood of the saint. So when they said that, they say, hey, well, it's time for me to go. Y'all have a good night. I grabbed my son. We got in the truck and we left that area. But that's exactly what they said. Bernard Fark says, I just wanted to say I worked down in Rumville, helped drill a few oil wells around there and McCook.
Well, if you worked around the oil wells or the gas wells that were in Ituria Ranch, I'd probably let you in and out a couple of times, man, because I used to work there as a gate guard.
Brother Abe, can you tell the story of the time you woke up in the middle of the night and somebody was standing over your son saying some spells?
You know, when your ex was
Yes.
messing with your
See,
son.
I'm just reading some of the comments. Bahama Grove has a huge owl. Moloch's there on the stage. Vexacra is given into it. Yes, Madeline to the rescue. Saw the first UFO over King's Ranch, headed north on 77, going towards Corpus. What year was his brother Bernard? I thought that was Smurfy. To Smurfy, yes. 2008 2000 was the time of in the oil fields.
That's about the time I was out there.
Oh yeah. So I'll tell you the story about that in 2002, and we'll get to you. 2002, I saw it. There was always that kind of activity there, but UFO activity. But I believe it's all demonic activity that you're witnessing in those areas. I'm surprised you didn't witness a lechuza. You're working oil rigs out there in the monte. There had to be lechuzas flying around out there.
Somebody dropped something.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Good night, sis. Someone hit the transformer. I have to save my phone charged. Someone hit the transformer, so there's no electricity at your house. Someone hit the transformer. All right, sis. You have a good night.
Bye, Prima. Love you. Be careful.
Love you, sis.
Be careful with the transformer. It could have been Joe Lopez.
Oh,
Ahí va por
man.
ti. Ahí va por ti.
You could have been a stalker, sis. Since you say you're 25, you got to watch out. They're like going after them young ones. Maybe it was the spirit of Elvis Presley.
Uh-huh.
I was always looking, Abe. Sometimes I'd be down on the border, pitch back there. That's a valley. Only night light from the truck headlights. Yes, Al Gore. Yeah. You see what he says? That his compass would just spin crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like the belly, all right.
There was a lot of activity. So let me get back to the story of, well, what happened, it was an ex mine. My sister invited me to go eat with her, right? So when I get there, I'd take my son, I was a single parent, and she'd say, surprise. The surprise was my ex. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, come on, sis, why are you setting me up? I don't want to see this. In my mind is, why are you setting me up? And she's telling me surprise, like I'm supposed to be happy seeing somebody that I broke up with. So, I try to, maintain my love foundation. We're eating and stuff. And then she says that she got no place to stay for the night, that if she could stay at my house, right? I said, look, I'll let you stay at my house, but you got to sleep in my son's bed because my son's sleeping with me tonight. She said, okay. So she goes to sleep on my son's bed, and I'm with my son, and we go to sleep. Well, when I wake up in the middle of the night, I see her over my son going like this on his hair, chanting something. She's literally chanting something on his head, and I grab her and I throw her against the wall. She flies, and I get up and I say, "You need to leave now," and I ran her off. Right? It stayed like that, I ran her off. About a week later, she calls me. She calls me and she said, "I need to speak to your son. I need to speak to your son." I was like, "What do you mean you need to speak to my son? He don't even freaking know you." "No, is your son okay? Is your son okay?" And that's like, "Yes, my son is okay." And then I asked her why. She said that all her children attacked her, that all her children jumped on her and beat her up. And she had like 5 or 6 children. They jumped her and beat her up.
Wow.
Well, what happened was that the wrong that she was trying to do to my son went back to her when I threw her and then interfered. The maldad she was trying to do. Then I asked her, I say, "Why did you do what you try to do to my son? Who put you up to that?" She said that her mom and her grandmother put her up to it. So basically what she was telling me, that she was a witch. So, I defended my son. And after that, I don't know whatever happened to her. I lost contact. But I know that she still does, she's still trying to do things till this day, because sometimes a dreamer trying to do black magic in my dreams. So when I wake up, I pray against her. I say, "I tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name, whatever you're trying to do, for you to go back to the sender." He was 3 years old when she tried to do this. My son is 23 now. There he is over here. Oh, shoot, my bad. He's 22. You corrected me.
He's right there.
Oh, he's over there to the left.
¿Y el X-Man dónde está? El X-Man dónde está?
The who?
X.
Oh, I don't know where he's at. I
No,
think
when you
he's
see him,
asleep.
tell him I said hi.
They had gone fishing. The Sister Madeline said, "Terrifying." I said, "Yeah." There was another, the same person. When I had found underneath my pillow a little freaking what do you call it? Like a little capsule with something in it, some fluids in it. Underneath my bed, underneath my pillow, and underneath my bed, son, I found a doll with pins and feathers on it.
Voodoo.
So I grabbed that and got it out of the house. I believe she was trying to do some bad
Voodoo.
witchcraft or voodoo.
Voodoo. When you say the dog with feathers, that's voodoo, brother. Ain't nothing but voodoo.
And she's from Abilene, Texas. So this witchcraft, brujeria, it all originates. A lot of it is originated from Mexico, from the roots. That's where it comes from.
Yep,
Yeah, it went back in her hard. She was crying, saying that she said that this is what she said. Oh, 2 things happened. The thing that happened to her first, she was eating with her father, right? This is after she did what she tried to do to my son. She was eating with her father, and then all of a sudden her father told her, "So how long have we been married? How long have we been married, babe?" Like her father lost his mind. That's one of the first things that happened, that he lost his mind, his memory. One of the things. The other thing was that her whole family jumped her. That she said that it looked like everybody was possessed, that they were beating her up. But that's what happens when you try to do something, or You make a promise to something, and you came meet your end of the bargain. You come back to you 7 times fold.
Be careful what you wish for, Kyle Whitehead. If you're driving your truck with your windows down, blaring the skinwalker cry, doing donuts, and you're just attracting them to you. Hi, under fire. How you doing?
I think it's my mom's paleta put a smell on me, and my mom, it's like everything always goes wrong. Nothing it does helps her. Could be. I was at one of my exes. When I left him, I found pins on the side he used to sleep on. What the F was that about? He was jealous and didn't want me with anyone else. I had to clear the bed of pins. Yes. Form of witchcraft. That's what he was doing, witchcraft. Madeline Shap. Sometimes it can open up your pillow and sew it back up and put something inside your pillow or inside your mattress. All the evil she was partaking in was coming back to her. Yes, it went back to her 7 times fold. Says, I am well, guys. Yeah, Kyle, don't encourage that. I went looking for Dogman. I've seen a lot since then, and not something anyone would enjoy. Yes. It's, you were looking for Dogman. You encountered demons.
You were joking about that, yeah. Well, if they pissed you off, man, don't attract them to you, man, because those things are hard to deal with. I think that a skinwalker can only be told to go through fasting, cousin. You have to be fasting to be able to take control of it. Fasting and prayer.
And so, was that your stuff right there? Yeah. Oh, shoot. There was? Well, there's some. I think I was a brown bag with some empty teas. I think I threw it in the trash. But there was cookies in there? Oh, okay. Do you want me to get them? They're in a trash bag. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Awesome. But there's some cookies over there. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. My mom used to put herbs in my pillow to cause astral projection. We're not to live in fear and walk in fear. I had shadow entities appear for a while. I wasn't afraid, though. Near my home, confronted with later a werewolf, and I'm sure for a form of hellhound scratching in my basement walls. Something demonic. The werewolf, the dog man, the Bigfoot, the Mothman, the whatever cryptid you want to say, those are just manifestations of the demon stake. Just being truthful. We walk by faith, not by sight. Exactly, Sister Liz. Your faith, and through Jesus Christ, you'll be able to see through the manifestation to see what it truly is. And they can only hold the manifestations for so long, especially when you're walking with the love foundation and have Jesus Christ with you. You can only try to deceive you for a short period of time because it's afraid of your love foundation. So it could be there for 5-10 seconds, and it knows what you're going to do. You go into prayer, you're going to rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. So it'd rather disappear by itself before you do something to it.
Who died? Navia's angel.
What happened?
She said that Navia's angel said that somebody died recently, that he was a bad guy. I just don't know who. And I'm all
Like I said,
covered
I
in.
have thought about starting a channel. A lot to talk about would keep my face hidden most of this, mostly for safe.
Oh, I'm
Well, you
sorry to
know,
hear that.
we know there's podcasters that you just know them by their voice because they won't show their face. So I couldn't understand why maybe they wouldn't want to show their face, but you know, for the simple reason of probably trolls or people gunning for them, you know. But when you have Jesus Christ in your life, you have nothing to fear. So we go here, I show my face. You know, yeah, I've had people threaten me to say they're going to do this or that, but I'm not worried about that. You know, I'm about people.
Wow. Well, did you touch those pins with your hand? I hope you didn't. You never touch anything like that with your bare hand. You put holy water or blessed water on it before you touch it, and then you wear a glove, put it in a plastic bag, and you throw it
Tell
over
them,
your shoulder into the trash.
tell them how would you handle a situation like that?
You find something like that, Navia, like you said, pins on the side of your bed. You never touch it with your bare hand because it is a witchcraft. Obviously, you pour holy water over it or blessed water. You rebuke it in
Or
Jesus'
the water
name.
you call, what was the other water you call it? The other.
The holy water or blessed water, because you can bless your own water. Doesn't you have the
Mm-hmm.
power to bless your own water?
Yes.
You wash it. You pour it on there, and then you rebuke it in Jesus' name. You tap on it, rebuke it in Jesus' name, so that it'll go back to the sender. But then you never touch it with your bare hands. You wear gloves or you use a broom or a tool to pick up the things that are there, like the needles that she said she found, the pins, and you put them in a plastic bag. Then you take them. You could throw them in the trash or through running where there's water running. You throw it over your shoulder, and you never look to see where it lands, and just walk away. That's how I was taught to do things like that when I was.
See, yeah, like me, I'm not worried about the trolls or anybody coming up against me in a negative way because I've seen what happens to people that come at me in a negative way. My ex is a prime example of what happens when you come against God's children in a negative way, and many others have come up against me in a negative way that they're not here anymore because Jesus Christ or the Heavenly Father takes care of our enemies for us.
I don't know, Steven Skiba, and I'm not gonna say I'll win because at my age I've already lost my muscle mass and I don't work out, so I would give that to Abe. In an arm wrestling match, Abe would probably win. Look at the gun show. Look at the gun
What did you
show.
say? Who said some? What they
Huh?
say about what? Cause
Who would win in an arm wrestling match? You or me? I'll give it to you, cousin.
oh man, I wouldn't arm wrestle my cousin. That's my cousin, man.
He'll break me.
It's not about competition, man. It's about being united as brothers through Jesus Christ. Just what this is about. Not unless uh, he would be my ally, my friend. We have to go into spiritual warfare. We'll go into spiritual warfare together. We have to go into physical warfare. We'll go into physical warfare together, side by side, to face the enemy. Since we're talking about in that manner, but not going against each other, man. We never gone against each other in any kind of way, shape, or form. You know, that's we're family. But
Murphy, are
sometimes
you?
there is, if people have spiritual openings, that unseen enemy will use the closest person that you love to come up against you. They can bond or possess a person, but that's why you maintain a love foundation. When you maintain a love foundation, you use love to get rid of whatever is attaching itself or possessing or bonding the person that's family or friends that you love. And you say, I tie by and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, leave, and they flee because you tie by and rebuke him in Jesus Christ's name, which if more is more of a spiritual war, spiritual fight. Now, of course, you can block. Block if somebody's trying to attack you but when you tie by and rebuke it, the threat is gone because it leaves and the person becomes normal. But you're not gonna harm or hurt the people that you love because that's a spiritual opening. That's
Plus,
what
we
the
weren't
enemy
brought up that
wants.
way either. We weren't brought up to be enemies either. We always stood by each other. Murphy, are you a gigolo? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, our mamas taught us to be united, man, when it comes to opposition. We never go against each other. We're family.
That's why I got him here in the show. I've seen people trying try to infiltrate. We see it happening in other podcasters where people trust people and they say, "Oh, this guy is 100% legit. They a-okay." The next thing you know, they're saying, "Oh, this guy is stabbed me in the back and talk bad about me." Blah blah blah. That's why you're supposed to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and you can see right through whoever is in front of you. If you're gonna know if they're real or fake, it's important to
Uh,
have Jesus Christ in your life.
Navia's Angel, there is a trend happening right now in the prison system. They are letting these people that go in there that do horrific things, and they're letting them sit their time out. Then, when they're about to get paroled or let out of prison, on the way out is when they kill them so that they don't get to go home. But that's a trend that's been happening in the prison system now for a good 10 to 15 years that it started, and that's how they're doing it. One of my friend's sons got locked up for doing something to a female, and they let him do his time. On the way out, that he was being paroled, they they killed him on his way out. They did that to some other person that I knew. They let him do his time, and on the way out, they smoked him. That's just the trend that they're doing now. So if they he died in there, that's probably why.
And that's not besides what they go through when they're in there, right?
Yeah, that's besides what they go through in there. You
And
know, it
we're,
makes
we're,
me feel bad
we're
for
not
my.
going
It
to
makes
get
me feel
graphic.
bad for my son. It makes me feel bad for my son because my son is a, a prison guard, man. And then
Prison guard.
with that face he has, the first thing they tell him, you're Jesse's boy. They already know.
So Never's Angel said it was crazy because my ex went to prison. I don't know why, but he ended up dying in there recently. Guess he came back around to him. Wow, he's been in and out of prison all his life. He was a bad man.
Well, not that he
Well,
was a bad man, he just didn't learn his lesson. When you go to prison,
when
you're there to learn a
he probably
lesson.
had it out in for him if he had done something already to somebody there.
Yep.
What goes around comes around. It's part of karma. And in prison, there is a lot of shadow spirits. demonic spirits that affect the inmates, because you got killers, you got rapists, you got everything thrown in there. So there is a lot of things that happen as in paranormal wise within the prisons. Of what
especially
I hear.
if they got killed in there, so their spirit is there.
Nebuchadnezzar says, no, he was an evil man. That's what you're saying.
Well, you knew him better than we did. But I am sorry and condolences to you for your loss.
I mean, she said he was an evil man. So guess she knew that eventually he was going to catch up to him. Let's see, Underfire say, hey, also got to just say I was driving out on the plains and saw a UFO as well in the sky. As soon as I noticed, it vanished from the sky clear as day. Smurfy says, my uncle will tell me about a lot of prisoners being able to astral project.
Yeah, well, that was the only way they were getting out, Smurfy.
Returns to sender. Or they were astral projecting to not to remember what was going on, what was happening to them. They had to take their mind somewhere else. I don't think that's considered astral projection.
They were remembering when they went to the boom boom room.
It's just lots of time to practice that stuff in prison.
Oh crap!
They said, "Oh no, they read books on stuff like that." She's saying that they would do witchcraft in there. I guess it didn't work out too well if he got murdered.
Yep.
You know. That's normally happens. But that activities in those locations, the negative attachment some of those individuals have, or demons, or imagine how many people are in there that might have a generational curse. If they're in there because of generational curses, somebody might have done something in their life. Yes. Like a sick form in the way. Smurf said his uncle said that he got shot out into the cosmos one time in the astral body. Like I said, they have to. I don't know. I've never been in there. I mean, you got to think about how big are the cells.
It depends, man, if it's a cell or if it's a pod, because when you're in a pod, you have other inmates in there with you, and there's a bunk beds all through the pod. I think you only get your own cell when you're in lockdown, man, away from population.
So let's go back to the topic. So I mean, I would say that there is people. I mean, there's just some evil people that they don't want to change their ways, and they want to continue to be wicked. So they're going to practice that. I knew a guy that come out of prison. He had the Bible, and he had all kinds of instructions that he had written because of the time he spent in prison. And he said that he knew a way to make it into the kingdom of heaven and still continue to be living in sin. I just laughed at him. I said, so you're telling me you spend all this time, you come up with this conclusion, you got all these writings on the Bible, and you're telling me you're going to continue to live in sin and you're going to still make it into heaven? It's like.
So he said he found a loophole? I don't think that loophole
That's what he tried to say. And I started laughing. I said, no, the Heavenly Father knows exactly what's in your mind. He knows exactly what you do. There's no loophole, man. There's no loophole. He said, "You're telling me you're going to consider living in sin?" Yeah, that's what he tried to tell me. Evil is madness. Is a madness. Yes. His cell is the size of a parking spot. When he was in solitary for 5 years, the guards would bring him prisoners to him and force him to fight, and the guards would place bets.
Mandingo fights, cousin.
Yeah, I know about Mandingo fights. 40 and 0. When I was in Germany.
Well, when I was locked up, that never happened to me, man. Most of the inmates stayed away from me.
Nobody ever tried to come at you in a negative way, cuz?
No, cousin. When I got locked up, I got locked up for murder. And the first thing that the dude that was in my cell came up to me and said, "What you in here for?" He was trying to read my jacket. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I told him I'm here for murder. The only thing he said, "Eres más chingón," and he left me alone. He went and told the other vatos in the pod, and they just left me alone. They wouldn't come near me. But that murder turned into a self-defense, man. And that's what it was. But yeah, they left me alone.
Okay, here we go. Nevertheless, I learned that he was by what? Schmeck.
Bisexual.
Oh, sorry, in front of me, he didn't want to change his life. I had to go to the doctor and get tested for AIDS. Oh, there you go. Things at home. He was not a good man. Sister Madeline said, so when we give our life to Jesus Christ, we are born again, which means we died to our old lives of sin. That guy just wanted to find a way to still get into heaven, but still living in sin. Doesn't work. Yeah, the same guy. He used to be with one of my sisters. Uh, who was at my sister's house. He had got him. He was together with my sister because my sister had lost her husband, and I guess there wasn't even married, but there was, or whether we're married, but it was a game playing on TV, the Cowboys versus Houston Texans, and he was talking crap about the Cowboys, and then I started talking back crap about the Texans, and he got mad and told me to leave his house. And I said, "This is not your house; it's my sister's house." That was the first time I had been with my sister because I had distanced myself away from my family because of what I was going through. So I said, "You know what, son? Let's get out of here." So I get up, and my son's walking down the stairs. He's small. He come and try to shove me off the stairs from the back, but he couldn't budge me. I just looked at him and give him a smile. Like what a puss, what a coward. Trying to shove me from the back. So I walk all the way downstairs, and I'm on the ground. I say, you try to push me like a coward. What's up? You want to settle it or what?" And he didn't want to step down the stairs. So I get him a vehicle. Then he's trying to put a show like he's bad. He's trying to do something. And I said, "Come here." And I'm in my truck, and I have something there that I'm fixing to do something that I ain't supposed to do. So the guy stays away from me. I said, "Go meet me over there on the side of the road so we can settle it. Since you're being a bee and you try to shove me off from my back." And the dude never showed up. And then no, when years passed by, my sister separated from this guy, and this guy went to when me and my sister were going out. He went over there with another female trying to start some commotion, and I was just trying to see what he's going to do, so I could handle business with him. But he didn't do nothing. Then he called me and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" and all this. I said, "Look, man. So you're not with my sister no more." I said, "So basically, what I'm telling you is, me and you have unfinished business because what you tried to do to me a long time ago. Let's handle it like a man. You say you're a man. You've been to La Pinta and all this crap. Let's do it. And I'm gonna show you what I'm about." Then my sister calls me later on and she's like, "Hey, he don't want nothing with you and blah blah blah." He said just to drop it, leave it alone. It's
Freaking
like, man,
snitch, man.
yeah, like a coward. He was a coward, man. But yeah,
Hey,
he tried to
Kyle.
shove me up the steps. he thought, that he was going to shove him. I'm a strong guy, man. He couldn't budge me.
Kyle, you misspelled that word. It's not glass eater. You need to remove the G and the L, man.
How you doing, Joe Breezy? How's you and Sister Monica doing with your show? I hope y'all doing good. Yeah, you have to have a love foundation. But sometimes you get tested that way. I've been in an area where I was coming out of a bar. I really hadn't drunk that night. Probably like 2-3 beers because I like to shoot pool. And when I stepped outside, there was this guy surrounded by like 6 guys and a lot of females, and they were pushing him around. They hit him, and this guy was drunk. I knew the guy. He was drunk. He was asleep on the bar, and they're
Wow.
pushing. He was falling on the ground. They kept pushing him. They were fixing to jump him, and I picked him up on the ground and I put him behind me. And I said, "Okay, I see what y'all about." I said, "Y'all want to take advantage of a drunk person?" Dude was literally drunk. I said, "How about this? Pretend I'm him. So I know who he is. He's my friend. So who's going to be the one that's going to man up? All I want to see who's going to be the first one that's going to be my victim." So who's going to step up? They're just looking at me. This girl tried to come up against me, man. I don't hit women. And I said, "Oh, so you're letting the woman do the fighting for you?" And she was talking smack. I just shoved her out of the way. I said, "Look, I shoved your homegirl. Who's going to step up?" And nobody stepped up. So I grabbed my homeboy, picked him up, carried him, and I took him home, drove him to his house. This guy, you know why he was drunk? I'm going to tell you why he was drunk. This is why I did what I did. Because the week before, him and his best friend, that've been friends forever, where both of their sons were friends. That they were partying, they were driving, they got in a car wreck, and they both died.
Oh,
That's why my
wow.
friend was drunk, because he was drinking his sorrows away. That's why I stepped up and helped him, because he was mourning his son's death and his best friend's death of the son. And these people, were they didn't know why he was like that, but they seen somebody drunk and they wanted to take advantage of him. And I wasn't about to let that happen. That's how evil works. They can get you to try to go after the children. They got his children. He was in a vulnerable state, went to drinking. He's surrounded by all these people that have unclean spirits. They're trying to take him out because he was vulnerable. I stepped in. That's a guy, and his nickname, cousin, I used to call him the Drunken Master.
Oh, see.
Call him the Drunken Master because when he was drunk, this guy was. You put him on a pool table, he will not lose a game. So my nickname to him was the Drunken Master. The Drunken Master's nickname was from a long time ago, but I helped out the Drunken Master because they were trying to do a number on him. And after that, I don't know whatever happened to him, man. But I know where his son died down that road where I live, by Elms Grove Estates, right nearby it. They both died near. I'm telling you, there's something evil in that area. And if you have a spiritual opening, they'll attack.
Kyle, the
Joe
same
Breezy
energy you give
says,
me is the same energy I give you back, brother.
Monica and I are going to do 80s horror movie show on Labor Day. It's going to be dope. All right. That sounds pretty good. Uh, 80s horror show, movie show, Labor Day. Nobody asked what you did. Well, that was my friend. I knew him. It's just, I mean, it's one of those situations where you react to the situation, and I got in the middle of right in between all of them, and I protected them. Same thing happened with my cousin, cousin Juan. One time, I had gone to the bar. My cousin was already like drunk on the bar, and there was two guys pushing him. You know, they were pushing him. I was like, "What's going on here?" It's like, "No te metas en esto." Esto. They're saying they were from San Antonio, and they showed me a knife and all this stuff. And I went up to my primo, got him. I said, "Este es mi primo. Si van a hacer algo, you have to go through me. Tiene que pasar por mí." I took him outside, and they followed me outside. I put them, leaning against the pole, and they're looking at me, and I said, "Well, who's gonna be first?" I said, "Who's gonna be the first one to leave their body tonight?" I said, "I see y'all got your knives, but I'm not sure what I'm about." I said, "Who's gonna be the first one?" So you got a choice: either do something or just go back in there and drink your beer and leave my cousin alone, and nothing bad has to happen. It's your choice. Make that choice right now. They had their knives out and everything. So I'm looking at them, just waiting to see what they're going to do. Because, when somebody pulls out a knife, that's a matter of life to death. So when I react to that, it's not going to be cachetadas. It's going to be death blows, an eye for an eye. Because, they're trying to do somebody got a knife pulled out that's intent to kill or to harm somebody badly. What people call in Spanish filorear, they want to knife you. The guys just looked at each other, they pulled their blades up, and went inside the bar. But I got my cousin out from that situation. Cousin Joe Bruce says, my parents were heroin addicts, grew me up on shooting pool. So when I grew up, I was one of those kids who could barely walk drunk, but could run tables, hustling people, learned young.
That sounds like a plan, Kyle. I wouldn't mind meeting you, man. But I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any street drugs, man. We can shake hands and probably drink a Coke or some milk.
Those are situations, man. When you get into those situations, it's one of those situations where anything can happen. Either you can talk some sense into people, so nothing could happen. Because when people are drunk, or might be on drugs, there could be other things attached to them. So you have to, handle the things accordingly to whatever the situation is. He said he made his money, but now I'm legit as a grown man. He's like a pull chart. I know I could show pull real good to there, Joe Breezy.
I
But
used to be able to,
I
but
haven't
now I
shot
can't
pool.
see.
I haven't shot pool in a long time. But it's like riding a bicycle, man. For me, I can get put on the pool table and I can do good. Just nowadays, when you shoot billiards, there's so many freaking rules, like hand on ball and all this stuff. It's like I just like shooting straight up 8 ball, with no rules or regulations.
The only thing I do when we play pool, man, when we go out, I go out with my brothers. We just call our pocket. That way there ain't no luck shots.
Yeah, call your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's go back to the topic we were talking about earlier. Maybe we lost a couple of people because maybe it's because it's late.
Yeah, it's almost 3, man.
Almost 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we've been at it for 2 hours and 44 minutes, cousin. Huh? Well, Kyle,
Yeah.
look what I just had.
You Come on, come on, this individual's black magic users and larger cults. Do you have any idea, like a rough percent? It would be good to know, or they just more represent in bad and evil areas of society.
I'm sorry, Kyle. I can't eat meat, man. I don't have teeth, brother. If you're gonna bring it, you better bring me a jar of Gerber. 'Cause that's the only thing I can eat. I don't have no teeth, man. I can't work on a steak.
That's one thing that probably the nobody will really know. Not unless there's a nationwide questionnaire under fire. You know how they do the family questionnaires? They do it like once a year, right? The census,
Yeah.
how many people live in your household. Well, that would be the only way you would find out how many people believe in God or how many people practice the dark arts is through a census. But even like that, it's not 100% legit because some people will not answer the questions correctly. But the only one that will be able to know this for that answer would be the Heavenly Father.
I'm pretty sure, Kyle, that my cousin wouldn't mind a steak from your beef. He's got his teeth. He can actually enjoy it and eat it.
Uh, yes, it is a mental game, brother Joe Breezy.
Well, I can honestly tell you, man, that all my missing teeth, they fell out naturally. They weren't taken out by somebody that said they were gonna knock my teeth out. That would never happen. My daddy taught me how to use my hands to protect my. I've never had a black eye, but you know this diabetes, it took my teeth, man. At least it didn't take my chins.
Chestnut checkers. Yeah, I used to shoot pool in Germany, man. The Germans have a way of where you playing. You set the rules at the beginning of the game, right? They tend to change the rules during the game in Germany. In the middle of the game, they want to change the rules, even though you're running the table. They come with their own rules. So then you beat them out of their own rules, and you still get your pitcher of beer, a German beer. I remember I used to run the tables over there when I was 19, and when my friends would come to the bar, I had like a round table full of pitchers of beer. So it was free beers for everybody. We had some blast over there in Germany. Now, Smurfy said my mom lost her teeth young to gum disease.
No, my enamel is what messed my teeth up. I lost my enamel due to. I'll be honest, man. I ain't got nothing to hide from y'all. Due to smoking crack cocaine, I lost all my enamel, and then one day I bit into a taco, and this tooth broke, and then they just all started falling out.
Because of the crack, the
The crack
chemicals,
and the diabetes.
diabetes.
Got nothing to hide. I'm not that person anymore, man. Ever since I've been baptized, I'm a totally different person. You're gonna definitely get Big Abe some ribeyes, getting some proteins for his awesome transformation. Well, that would make his gun show feel better.
Yeah. Uh, I had taken a break. You know, I started the cardio. I took a break because I had gotten bruises underneath my heels, and I'm like, where did these bruises come from? But they've healed now, so I plan to use my new shoes that I have now instead of my old ones to start my cardio again this week, which would start on Monday. Get back in the group of what I was doing, and I'm trying my best to stay away from sugars. I broke that today when I treated myself to an ice cream, but they're doing good. They field already, so I'm getting back on Monday to go start doing the cardio in the mornings, like I was doing.
No, we're glad we could help you, Kyle. Brother Abe is an encyclopedia of all these things, man. He's had more experiences than me. I've had experiences, but not as many as he has.
Yeah, I've been having them all my life. I would just keep quiet because, like, my cousins didn't know too much about me of the things I would just keep it quiet because my mother would always tell me not to say nothing to anybody. Like if she found out that I would say something of what I would see or the things that I would experience, that's an automatic ass whooping. Our moms were strict, so I couldn't go to school and say anything of anything to anybody because if that person go tells their parents and there's gossip and it goes to my mother, well, when I get home, that's a whooping. So a lot of things that I experienced, had to be quiet about because the discipline I would get was a lot harsher than me saying something or sharing something. So all this wisdom and knowledge that I have is because I kept it within me all these years. But even I had opportunities. Remember, cousin Jesse? Man, well, I'll share the story with y'all. Whoever's here tuning in. There was one evening. This because I lost my mother when I was 15. So I think at this time, I don't know how old cousin Jesse was. I think I might have been 16
You were
or
16, I was
17.
17.
Yeah, I was 16, and I went on the truck. I went down the dirt roads. Our truck was illegal. We had no license plate. It had no nothing, no sticker, no, just illegal. So I was driving it at nighttime. Down the dirt road. I was gonna go visit my mom's grave down at the cemetery. So the instead of going through town with a truck, I would go down the dirt roads where it was dark.
By the Golden Pond.
And so I was past the old cemetery. I got seen Highway 77 across the highway and started going down the dirt road. And I got up to this. There's a white. There was a ranch with a white house, and I took a right, which is the road that goes down towards the cemetery. So as I was driving down the road, I was going, I believe, 35, because down the dirt road, and next thing you know, the two poles that are in front of me, I'm not passing them. I'm looking at the speedometer; it says 35, and I'm press. I got the gas, and it's not. I'm not. The truck is not moving forward. So I give them more gas, and it's going. I start going like 40 miles an hour, and it's still not moving forward. When I look through the rearview mirror, I just see something huge or massive that's blocking the whole road because I'm not seeing the ranch with the lights on. So when that happens, the whole it's like somebody dropped the rear end of the truck and the tire just spun and almost hit one of those poles. So I was freaked out. What happened? That I just didn't even stop at the cemetery. I drove home. I went straight down through town, home. When I got home, cousin Jesse was there, my brother was there, and I guess I was like pale because I was freaked out what happened out there. So I'm telling them what happened, and cousin Jesse, I guess, was drinking a beer, and
No, I was lit.
and I told him, hey, cuz, this what happened, and they're like, let's go check out the truck. Him and my brother went outside the truck. What did you see, cousin, with the truck?
the tailgate was hanging off. And
The whole tailgate was ripped off. The
the only
black.
reason it didn't lose it is because it was an old pickup and it had chains that were hooked to it to keep it from flying off.
So the whole tailgate was hanging from the rear end, right? So my cousin like wasn't even worried about that. So, get out of your head, cuz let's go get a beer, you know. So we got in the vehicle. I said okay, and I drive over there and I park behind the road, not in the gas station, but behind the road. You know, since the truck was illegal, so I'm waiting for my cousin, and through the rear mirror down the block, out of the field, something huge is coming, and it's moving pretty fast. And then I hear my cousin say, "Hey, cuz," and I was like, "Get on, get on." What? How did I tell you guys to get on? What did I tell you?
Shoot there, get in. And I said, what, man? Take it easy. He goes, look, look. I turned around and I said, oh, shit, let's go. It was a big old black cloud coming. It was
What'd you see,
big,
cousin?
man. It was a big, big, dark cloud, man.
Like a dark shadow,
Yeah, era un bulto negro.
huge, bulto negro, what we call. Would you say it would be as big as a Bigfoot, as big as it was?
I think it was probably bigger. It was like, it had a wide but looking body, man, but it was at least 8 or 9 feet tall, if I remember, man.
It covered half of the road, man. That's
Yeah,
how
it was
big it
wide.
was.
It was wide.
And we took off, and guess what? It started chasing us. It chased us for a couple of blocks, right?
Yeah, it chased us for at least a good 5 or 6 blocks, man.
It
We were
was
doing
chasing us
40.
to the city.
We were
That
doing
was the
40
same
and it
thing that
was
lifted
catching us.
lifted the truck that tore the tailgate. You know, and we finally made it home. And then my cousin believed me, but I guess he sobered up when that happened.
Yeah, me quitó lo pedo. I got sober quick, man. I lost my buzz. But yeah, we were chased by that thing, man. It could move fast. It was moving very fast. We were doing 40 and it was catching up.
Because it wasn't running, it was moving like a spirit,
It was floating.
floating, moving fast, coming at us. That's the activity that's there in Renville. Who was the one that was here said that they were in the valley? Uh,
Uh,
can't remember his name. I think he might have left already. The one that works in the oil rigs or the oil.
yeah, he said he was working in the oil rig. It was Bernard.
Bernard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity down there, man. I'm telling you.
She said that he would feel like there was places that he didn't belong. Remember, feels like that through the whole town. That there's places
The
where
whole town it feels that way.
that you don't belong. See, yeah, everybody's saying it was Bernard.
Bernard. Yeah, a lot of activity there, man. That's why I don't go back there. I try to stay
Mhm.
away from, even though my mom's grave are there, but I know she's with me in spirit. I try to stay away from there.
I haven't gone back to see my mom's grave, man. But when you go to Raymondville, man, it's like if you're caught in a time warp. Everything slows down, cousin. Everything slows down. And when we were growing up there, you knew damn well there was only two things you could be in that town. You were either an athlete or you smoked marijuana. That was the only
Yep.
things you could be in that town. Yeah, Bernard, we knew it was you.
We're not under fire. Good.
It was one hell of a ride, though, wasn't it, Joe Breezy? I'm the same way, man. I've done everything I've done, and all I can say now is it was one hell of a ride. But I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I've never judged anybody, man. You know, I just try to give people advice. That's it. Trying to motivate them in a positive way. You know, uh, If I see somebody's being spiritually attacked, I'm there to assist, share
Bye,
my
bye.
wisdom and knowledge to guide people to get free from any kind of bondage. That's what I do. But I'm not nobody to judge nobody. I'm just here to help out my brother and sisters. Doesn't matter what path anybody is on. That's what I'm here for.
Well, cousin, I hate to tell you this, man, but we've been on 3 hours, and I gotta get up to go to church, man. It's 3 in the morning.
All right, cousin.
I'm gonna
Well,
let y'all go.
maybe I might
People
go for
have
a
a
little bit more with the viewers, and then I'll call it a night myself. But thank you, cousin.
people have a good
Uh,
night. May the Lord
have a
bless
good night.
y'all and answer your prayers. I gotta get up because I played hooky last week. My pastor's gonna be looking for me tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Me jala las orejas. ¿Dónde estás? All right, people, y'all have a good night.
All right, cousin.
All right, cousin.
There you go, folks. It's just me and y'all. Yeah, he's got to attend church tomorrow morning. Yeah, we talk about a little bit of everything. What we try to do here, brothers and sisters, is try to keep it real. So when we're talking about burning subjects, we might go off track because we look at the comments. So they might be going through something or they ask a question. So we're just going back and forth, trying to answer the questions that are being said. And if we have a story to share with them of whatever they're saying, we answer it. Yeah, that's why I brought my cousin here. He's been through a lot in his life. But he has a lot of wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge comes from all different aspects of life. You know, everybody's got a testimony to share, right? So that's why I always talk about sharing is caring, because everybody goes through their own trials and tribulations. It's about not how many times you fall; it's about how many times you get up. What matters, and you know that's why I have him on my to be here with me. You know, because he see things in a different perspective, right? Because we've been in two different paths, but in a similar path, but in two different paths, right? Of the balance, in which we talk about everything here. Okay, brother Joe, sounds pretty good. Uh, Maybe we can have you one day. You know me. I do the lives almost every evening, every night. So maybe we can, try to add you so I can have three people. Maybe we can do a me, you, and cousin Jesse on together. Uh, I'm still waiting for Brujas Part 3. So, Abe, I'm ask you, what were the pins my ex used on the side of the bed for? That's a form of control, like a form of voodoo, brujeria, witchcraft, possibly to keep you bonded, for you not to be able to use your senses, or to keep you trapped in the relationship. Depends where the pins were being placed on. Well, sometimes it could be a little straw figure or a little doll, and they place pins in certain areas. And if it was placed where you slept, it's because it was meant for you to bond you in some kind of way. All right, brother Joe, Rizzy, just hit me up, man, and I'm new to the StreamYard thing, so I guess would have to add you as on the friends list or something like that. said I'm new to this on the doing StreamYard. This is like I think our third time we've done StreamYard. So that's how we're doing it right now. Yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody that showed up here tonight on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I really appreciate y'all. On his side. Okay. Yeah, I used to find all kinds of things, man. Battling when I was a kid with witches, and the witches they were come. What people don't understand is this: brujas, witches, they just don't come out at nighttime. I'm talking about dark witches. They come out during the day also, and they will show themselves to you of what they're about. Uh, it happened to me numerous times, man. I guess when people ask me, "Have you seen something heavenly or something angelic?" Is the best one that I can tell you is a time when I was coming from track practice. I was seventh grade, and I stopped at this drugstore called Watson's, and the side door has a when you open it up, it's a water fountain in there, and it is nice cold water. I was drinking water, sipping water because in South Texas it's very hot, like 110 up there, 112. The heat is hot. It's because it's close to the equator. So I was drinking water for a while there. I said, okay, I'm gonna cut through the store, go out the front door to go on the sidewalk instead of crossing the railroad tracks and walking over like those rocks that are by the trains. So as I'm cutting down the center of the store, there's this woman that gets right in front of me, and she said my name, and she said, "Are you?" And she said my name. I said, "Yes, ma'am," because I was taught to respect my elders. And then she asked me if she said my mother and my father's name, if they were my parents. And I said, "Yes, ma'am," with respect. Esos son mis padres. When I said that to her, uh, she pulled out this amulet that was made. It had like chicken bones on it. It's some other black stuff on it, feathers, black feathers. It had a chicken feet or like a claw of some sort, possibly maybe like a lechuza claw on it. She went down like this with the amulet and she started saying something to me in a different language that I didn't understand what she was saying. So automatically, spiritually, that's telling me that I was being spiritually attacked, that she was wishing something bad upon me. So at that time, I called upon the Heavenly Father to come and assist me spiritually. So I started praying the deliverance prayer, the Our Father. And when I was praying the Our Father, it's like she was going at me and I started praying against her. Behind me, I seen the angels that were behind me. There was a lot of them. I think like possibly 7 angels that were behind me because I could see how tall they were. I could see their golden aura around them. Some of them had wings, and some of them just had a golden aura around them. So I'm praying against her. When she seen the angels with the golden aura, she dropped the amulet. It shattered on the ground. The beads and the chicken bones went everywhere. She turned around and ran away out of the bar, screaming. She was like scared, and she took off running. That was the last time I ever seen that woman. So whatever she was trying to do to me, when the heavenly angels made the presence known, like saying, "Hey, he's with us. We got his back." She took off running, and that's the last time I ever seen her. I only met her one time. Yeah, I've been noticing YouTube hasn't been working right with notifications and all that. It's kind of like I don't know what's going on. Like me, I can have a guest on right now through on Facebook. I mean on YouTube. I can't add nobody, so that's why we're going live through StreamYard. Uh, is acting weird, so I don't know what's going on. I haven't gotten no strikes or no warnings of anything, so I don't know what is it that's going on with my YouTube. That's why we're doing it through StreamYard now. Well, I try to go. Yeah, what I do is I try to do a live just about every day. No, not unless my wife tells me, "Hey, you ain't doing a live today," then that's a different story. But she lets me do what I do. This is what my peace and my tranquility. Speaking about all this matters, all this topics. Trying to help out my brother and sister spiritually. That's what we do here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. And like I said, if anybody wants to be a guest, I got an option here where we can have three people. If that becomes popular, then I can probably subscribe to have five people. But for right now, it's two and three. No, not unless the channel keeps on growing and people are interested in the content or they want to share their experience. I believe sharing is caring. It's important. Shadow banning, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm going to StreamYard. Because a lot of weird things have been happening with my YouTube channel. How you doing, Overbuilt Automotive? Sorry to hear that, Al Gore. I've been through so much, before even I was on YouTube, man. Positive Spiritualist was my original group on Facebook. I felt I was being guided to do the good works, and I had to find a way to reach out people. And I said, okay, created a group called Positive Spiritualist. It was growing. My first group, it got targeted. It got targeted by, I'm not going to say the paranormal community, but it got targeted when I came out on that show with was Vic Cundiff. It got targeted because when I said I was surrounded by the six that I believed they were demonic, so I got targeted by people of the cult, and I got targeted by people of the cryptic community because ones when I said they were demonic, well, I'm going against their beliefs. The others, well, since they're saying I'm saying it was demonic, then I'm going against that they're only 100% flesh belief. So I got targeted on my regular profile on Facebook, in which my regular profile got permanently deleted. There's one profile that I got on there that says Abram Cias. Well, my other one was Abram Cias too, and that got permanently deleted. The one that had control of Positive Spiritualists. So I literally lost that group, and it got permanently deleted off of Facebook because I got targeted. So I said to myself, what should I do? And I know the Heavenly Father wouldn't want me to quit. So I created this account. What people didn't know is that I had a standby account. You always got to have the standby account just in case something happens. So I used my standby account and took charge of my group because I was already there as an admin. So I really the group I lost completely. So, but I had already downloaded most of all the photos that I had placed there. I saved. So I was able to only save like two or three videos of the past, and I created positive spiritualists again. It got attacked again. It stopped growing. So I said, what should I do? I said, well, that's when I created Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. That one was growing, is over 2,000 subscribers, and then all of a sudden, it stopped growing. But I still got the group. Then I created this, and this is where I've been doing my lives. I got the TikTok. That's one thing, brothers and sisters. No matter what you go through, it's not about how many times you get targeted or how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get up, how many times you don't surrender, because you have the will to survive whatever you're going through. And that's what I'm doing. I do what I do. Is never give up. You got to have that mindset that nobody's going to stop you to accomplish what you're trying to do. All right, Joe Breezy. Okay, see me some of the comments here. Okay, Sister Madeline, you have a blessed night. So I was just sharing that with y'all, brothers and sisters. But I know everybody's gotta get some rest. What time are we at right now? We are at 3:24 in the morning right now. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I want to say thank you to those that showed up and then continue to show up here and support Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. If you need support or you need me to share some wisdom and knowledge on your shows, I'm available to where anybody wants to invite me. You know, I'm here for y'all, just like I know that you will be here for me. Uh, I know everybody is doing their own thing, different angles, which is good. I'm just trying to stick to what the foundation is of what I built Spiritual Encrypted Encounters is about, dealing with the balance. But in saying that, all brothers and sisters, like I said, thank you all for joining. I hope you'll enjoy tonight's show. For those that are just joining, how you doing, Sister Annette? Or whoever's joining, you're more than welcome to watch the replay. In saying that, love, light, and blessings to all the members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, to all the good peoples that are here. Always maintain the love foundation, no matter the situation you're going through, brothers and sisters. That's the only way you're going to be able to overcome any trials and tribulations that gets in your way, any obstacles that come in your way, is through a love foundation. Good night, Overbuilt. In saying that, so see us signing off for Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Brother HC is signing off for Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Brother Jesse is already probably sleeping by now. He's probably in La La Land. Thank you, Sister Ivy, or like cousin Jesse calls you Prima Ivy. Buenas noches. Recen antes que se duerman to keep la cosa mala away, or las brujas, lechuzas away. Let's do a little prayer. Matter of fact, let's pray before we go. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, each time we'd like to pray for all my brothers and sisters here on Spiritual Cryptid Encounters, cousin Jesse, for anybody that's joined the live tonight, to place heavenly spiritual crosses on all of us from head to toe, spiritually heavenly crosses on our doorways and our windows. Where you continue to bless us and guide us spiritually, Heavenly Father, for you to continue to send your heavenly angels to watch over us and protect us. If there's any kind of witchcraft, necromancy, or unclean spirits, or anything that's negative, we take authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. We tie, bind, and rebuke you in Jesus Christ. This I pray in your name, Heavenly Father. Amen. In saying that, everybody have a good night and see y'all tomorrow night. Or should I say later on tonight. You're welcome. We've been doing lives on StreamYard. That's why if anybody hasn't been keeping up, we've been doing lives on StreamYard every night. You're on YouTube. I try to share to the groups that I share, you know. So if somebody is not getting any notifications, is because we're doing it through StreamYard. Good night, everybody. Peace out.